depends on your definition of ready.
Ready or not, right?
Well,
Alright, so we
ready
started
or not, here we go.
So we're going to number 2 on the board.
I need to get up my thingy thing. My sheet that's got all the stuff on it.
I don't know where this anything is.
You all
My
have started
profile.
into area 3. You're already in the cave. And we're not. This map isn't going to be completely exact. It's kind of more basically just like a guideline.
Okay.
What?
D&D Beyond.
Here.
Yeah.
Also, I'm on call, so there is a chance that something could pop up and I might have to leave or something. Just a heads up.
D&D Beyond.
Oh, wait a minute.
All right. Now, how can I get this up as well as the
Here's
room?
Theoa. Here.
I found his.
Okay. Well, he can write on that one. And there's yours.
Your chat things like. The Discord's down there, so you just have to switch between the two of them.
Oh, there we go. And then to get back into that, I just hit that again. Yeah. Okay. Same thing. Okay. Got it.
Why is it the only people on video are the old people?
What are you saying?
Because you're old.
We're old.
I thought age was just a number.
It is, but ours is just rather high.
I don't think it's supposed to work like that. D&D Beyond.
Oh. Okay, you got your dice too.
Here we are.
Okay. And as a recap, the party has met through Fantasy Craigslist and joined up to do this mission for Gundren Rockseeker. And you all were on your way down a road, and you ran across some dead horses. We fought some Gerblins. Made our way down a little hidden trail towards the mouth of a cave. Catclaw, not very coordinately, fell into a trap. And there was some
I was
speak
very
of...
coordinated in it.
Oh, yes, did it on purpose, just to see. And then I specifically remember there was a lot of talk about potentially jumping off of shoulders to try to reach the rope before a better solution was thought of. And we left off as we got Catclaw out of the trap, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I was going to ask if she had her equipment, but I really wanted to see the shoulder jumping, so I was going to keep quiet about that.
I really wanted to see the shoulder jump, but okay. And
I
Luke,
see how it's going to be.
Reginald is providing light for the party, and to reset up your surroundings, you're in a cave. It's about we'll say 40 yards wide, and there's stalactites hanging down roughly 20 feet above your heads. And then there's the constant sound of water and a stream. Not overly loud, but loud enough to maybe cover up it, like non-egregious sounds and movements that you all make. So like any jingling and walking like would be hard for someone to hear. And now I leave it to you all.
Yeah. Shall we proceed on in the cave?
Probably need to check for more traps.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay, everybody give me a perception check. So roll your 20-sided die and tell me what it is.
I got a 19.
And then you, on your sheet, You're
What
gonna
plus
have
six
a modifier.
Yeah, you add the modifier that's next to perception on top of whatever you roll.
Yeah, the 19 with a plus 6.
Holy crap!
What? 25?
+6 on perception.
Yeah, T is very perceptive, or Umbra is extremely perceptive. You, however,
Or
would
not.
need to get hit in the face to notice something that was hitting you in the face.
As an example, my roll of perception this current endeavor is 3.
So the party is looking around the cave. They're checking stuff out and poking around, and Reginald is standing there whistling, and just a very vacant expression on his face. But the rest of the party has managed to take in that the way seems fairly moderately safe. You don't notice any traps or anything in your immediate presence. You do hear the sound of a tiny stream. You can tell that it's probably slow moving a little ways ahead of you. And you do hear the muffled sounds of some barking and like a metal cage rattling. And the barking, you're still a good ways away, but you're just off in the distance. And now you all get to decide what you want to do.
Give me just a second, I'm writing this down.
Mom's gonna have like a whole compendium when we get done.
Well, I just said parties looking around, cave for traps, except Reggie, he's not very bright. Hear sounds of water, dog barking, and distance.
Well, he is
And,
bright in a sense.
Well, he's bright in his light.
The ground is like kind of gravelly. It's difficult terrain. It's not super easy to keep your footing. It's it's really dirt and it's kind of a steep slope, so it's
Like, are there any sheer ledges nearby?
there are no cliffs or anything. You're just walking down a steep incline and it's really gravelly. And what the difficult terrain does is whatever your walking speed is, cut it in half pretty much. So every 1 yard.
Well, with the gravel, stealth is probably not an option.
Okay. On the whole perception thing, you just took 2 people. Were Kathy and I supposed to roll as well?
As Tierra rolled high enough that you all would have figured
Yeah,
it
because
out.
I wrote a 7.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
me like,
Because so Tierra would have looked around and or Umbra, sorry, would have looked around and perceived and then let you all know because you're in close vicinity to each other. Just for future reference, like if you're on like both sides of the room and like one party member like reveals and knows something, but they're like far away, like your characters wouldn't know the thing that I'm telling that person's character.
Okay.
So now it's on you all.
we hear the sound of water. We hear a dog in the distance. We hear some cage rattling sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But we're on difficult
What-
terrain. It's steep.
I think we came in here to check on the Gerblins to see if they had a stash, to see if there were more of them active. So I feel like we need to continue on and see what we find.
So go towards the barking.
I think we only have one way to go at this point anyway, right? Just straight on in the cave, oh Dungeon Master.
Yep. I mean, you can either go
Okay.
the way you came from, or you can proceed on in.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you think, Reggie? Good plan?
Sounds like an excellent.
Okay. As the party is proceeding, you go down the slope towards the barking and howling, actually, as you get closer. You hear the rattling of the cages, and Reggie's providing the light, so he's leading the way.
Well, the technically Catcrawler is now providing light because it's her sword.
Okay, so Cat Claw is providing the light and leading the way with her awesome magical flaming sword. And the slope kind of starts to even out. You get better footing. It's not quite as difficult to pass anymore. And you come up on an opening, and in the opening you see 3 cages, and there are 3 wolves inside of these kennels. They can't reach you or hurt you, but the bars are open enough. I would maybe keep extremities and limbs away from their frothing mouths.
Okay.
No.
So,
Anyone on the shelf?
if these wolves are wolves of bad intent in the employ of Gerblins, my question is, should we just go ahead and dispatch these wolves?
They're in
Maybe keep-
cages.
They also might just be regular.
Huh?
They also might just be regular wolves taken out of the forest by the Gerblins.
Yeah, right. That's the reason I'm asking about it.
You want to talk
Because-
with animals?
Yeah. Do any of us have any wolf talk among us?
My animal handling is minor.
There's such a thing as animal handling?
It's one of your it's one of your stats on your player card.
Has anyone got like super duper awesome animal handling?
I'm checking.
Oh yeah, I've got it. It's up to you all. I personally, maybe, just let them be. But we could kill
Okay.
them.
Remember,
Okay.
we've already established that you're not very bright.
Yeah, well, what if we could like put a spell on them and then just have them be our little minions and do what we want? So if we come up on some Gerblins, we could just let the wolves eat them.
I could try maybe doing a command from a safe distance just to see if anything happens.
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
Do I roll the 20?
What are you trying to do?
Basically, giving a command
What
from a
command?
safe distance so I don't lose a hand.
What command? What are you trying to get them to do?
Calm down.
Okay, roll me a 20.
I don't know if this is going to go well.
Who's the wisest person?
And it is a wisdom check.
I think I got a 9
And what's your add-on?
plus 2.
So you
that's
rolled a
+3.
7 and got a 9, or you rolled a 9 and got an 11.
9 and got an 11.
So Umbra is like, "Hey, puppies, good puppies," and then the wolves are like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah," and they're like chomping on the bars and frothing at their mouths.
Anyone else want to give it a try?
How do I know what I have available in my Arcana?
Let's see.
So, Hackler, what's your animal handling?
Don't know.
Do you want to maybe check that?
So you've got your extra
I was trying to figure out
languages.
where I could see it on here.
What's it under, T? How do you check it?
It's on the sheet.
Class.
Is it like features and traits or?
Right in the middle of your sheet, the
Yeah.
vertical column starts with acrobats.
Right. Oh, I see.
Acrobatics, sorry.
Animal handling.
Animal handling, and then right below that's arcana.
Okay, so
and
my
then-
animal handling is just a +1.
Yeah.
Yours was what, a +3?
Plus 2.
+2.
If we were like, how much do we know about these particular wolves? would we like roll an Arcana check?
You would roll
Arcana
a
Where's that at?
perception check or an investigation check to.
Well, they're like we see that they're wolves, but what the Arcana says, your intelligence checks measures your ability to recall lore about spells, magic items, eldritch symbols, magical traditions, the planes of existence, and the inhabitants of those planes.
Yeah. I mean, you
Okay.
could roll me an Arcana check. You could do that.
I've
The
only got a
world is
plus
your
1 on my
oyster.
Arcana.
What about
My-
animal?
Oh, animal
the-
handling's a -1.
What's your Arcana? What's your Arcana? Dad?
My Arcana is a +5.
Okay, so Dad would like to recall. Sorry.
So I'm a rolling.
So you roll a 20
And
and
I-
then you add your
Beowulf.
Arcana modifier.
I rolled an 18, so it's a +5. That's a 23.
There it is.
So what happens is Theowolf, after watching T try to calm down these wolves and watch them not react too kindly or happily, Theowolf sticks his hand in the air and utters a small little incantation to take in some knowledge about the room. And he learns that there's not very much magic in the room. In fact, there's 0 magic in the room. He knows that the cages were created by the Cragmaw Gerblins, and the wolves are definitely pets of these Cragmaw Gerblins.
Okay. And then I think with Arcana, he would just be able to recall like what he knows about the thing.
He knows that he knows nothing about the wolves other than they belong to the Cragmaws.
That they're just like
Yeah.
regular wolves.
They are regular wolves. There's no magic in the room. And there
Okay.
are wolves that are in cages and they belong to Cragmaw Gerblins. That's what you know.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then for future,
Okay,
I don't
and
think with the Arcana check he wouldn't be able to tell if there's magic just from the Arcana.
So I should be, if there's any spells or magic that I know related to wolves, or
Yeah, then you would have perceived it and picked it up.
Okay.
Okay.
So
At the same time this is happening, after he has taken this in and the wolves are biting at the cages, off in the distance, not inside of the room, further into the cave, you hear rustling and low Gerblin speech. You can't really make out what's being said, but you do hear that there are Gerblins nearby.
can you give me a visual description of where the cages are and where the door is?
So you're standing in basically the size of like 3 people wide. A regular doorway is probably 10 feet tall. And you're in the mouth of a room. The cages are roughly 20 feet in, and they're in a line right next to each other, 3 of them against the wall. And then
side?
in the
As we're looking in the room, are they
they're
perpendicular
on the left
to
side
us?
of the room.
So they're okay.
A long ways. Like the one is closest to you, the second one's further from you, towards the back of the cave.
Okay.
And then you also hear the sound of some wind and notice a fissure at the back end of the cave in the wall.
Okay.
Um,
The question
are
is,
we
do we hide 'em?
incapacitating these dogs?
That's what I'm wondering, because my concern is at some point they'll get loose on us. So we checked it out. There's no magic, so we don't have to worry about somebody doing like an incantation or spell or something, and the cage is popping open. They would have to be manually turned
Yeah.
loose. But if we get in a big fight with a bunch of Gerblins and there's loose ones behind us, they could easily turn those wolves loose on us as well.
I would like to check an Arcana check to know if I know any Gerblins that are named John Wick before we proceed.
Roll me an Arcana check. Give me a DC 20.
Have I ever heard? Hey, that's not bad. 19.
There's definitely not a Gerblin named John Wick.
Okay, cool. We should definitely dispatch of these things. If there was, we definitely should not.
The crazy thing is the Gerblин's name is Keanu Reeves, though. So.
No!
Wow, just like a close but no cigar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if there's one named Keanu, I'm not going to be touching the wolf, so you all have fun with that.
No. That was a,
I
that
think
was a
the real-
joke.
I think
There's
the
not
real-
actually
the
a
real
Gerblin named
answer-
Keanu.
The real answer is if we're doing this and we're trying to be as
What
safe
do
as
you think,
possible,
Umbra?
we should dispatch, I think. But I'm
Yeah.
open to whatever everybody else thinks.
The wolves probably do need to be dealt with, but while I might be willing to kill Gerblins, I'm not much of an animal cruelty person.
Can we put them to sleep? Like, does anybody have like a sleep potion or anything?
I've got sacred flames that can put them to sleep
Forever.
Oh yes, because the screeching howls will definitely not make the Gerblins
it's
come running faster.
It's called the dirt nap.
Yeah.
And the screeches will probably make the Gerblins start running
It's like-
faster.
You mean you want us to release you from this mortal coil?
What was it called? What flames?
Oh, that's just it's a spell I have. It's called Sacred Flame. A flame descends on a creature that you can see within range, and the target must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or take 1d8 radiant damage. Because I'm like a religious warlock. It's very weird. Like generally those things don't go together, but in this case they do.
It's like I'm a necromancer pacifist. It's like I don't like to attack regular people, but I will raise them back from the dead.
What do you think, Catclaw? It's like, what do you think, Catclaw?
Well, I need to. Sorry, bro. I think they need to be dealt with.
They do need to be dealt with. I'm just not going to be the one to do it.
Yeah. Just remember, these are not puppies. These are things that want to kill us. If given the
They belong-
opportunity, they will definitely try to kill us.
They belong to beings who want to kill us.
This D&D,
Okay.
so the majority of the things we meet will be that. Things that want to kill us.
So, question is, can we do it quick and quiet?
Not using fire unless it's an instant death, because I'm pretty sure
I wasn't-
screeching howls of pain.
That wasn't Rob. I'm not actually going to cast Sacred Flame. That would be
I think
silly.
there was I think there was a bit of hyperbole in that.
Yeah. We're not actually catching them on fire. That's bad.
No, it's just within the realm of things possible.
Yeah. There's all kind of things, but we got crossbows. We could just do that.
I think the trusty old crossbows will work. So each one of us want to take one of them, you and myself and Catclaw, and then we'll shoot simultaneously and take them out.
And while this is happening, Umbra,
Yes.
keep watch under the fissure or around the fissure to make sure that no one's coming.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
I have a perception thing I want to do. I would like to know if we can have an estimation of how many Gerblins we're hearing.
Okay.
Is it like one or two?
Roll
Is it
me-
like 25 or
Roll me a perception check.
and I rolled a 14.
So there will.
And then that's not his whole one. Add
Plus
your
my
wisdom modifier
add-on.
to it.
The wisdom goes on it.
No,
Yep.
perception goes on it.
Or yeah, it's a perception, but it's a wisdom modifier. But yeah, it says
Ah.
perception on that vertical list that starts with
Okay.
acrobatics.
Let me
It's kind of
find
down
it.
in
You
the.
get
It's
plu- you
it's
get-
Yeah,
alphabetical.
it's a
You get
plus.
+3,
It's a +3.
so you rolled a 17.
Yep.
So everybody's checked everything out, and then Theowolf, you see him turn his head kind of slightly, like he's perking his ear up, and he distinctly hears two Gerblins in the midst of a conversation, and they don't seem too bothered by all the racket that the wolves are making. But any sounds out of the ordinary may draw some attention.
Okay. I think the wolves are pretty much
I
taking.
have a question.
Yep.
Was one of those Gerblins that fifth Gerblin that got away?
You wouldn't know that.
I
Okay.
would if you told me.
And I think
Like I said, you wouldn't know that.
Good point.
I mean,
Are
you
you
would know it.
are you
No, it's-
sure we wouldn't know it? No.
Yeah.
I
so
am
you already
positive that you don't know that.
you
Okay.
already informed us that we can't hear them distinctly, so we can't make out what they're saying,
You
right?
can't make out what they're
Correct.
saying, but you have perceived that it clearly sounds like two talking to each other.
Okay. So here's my process. The wolves are in a cage, so they're not going anywhere. If we try to dispatch the wolves, we may make some sounds that alert the Gerblins.
So sudden silence isn't the best indicator that everything's okay.
Right. So what if we go and take care of these two Gerblins first and then come back and get rid of the wolves?
I like that idea. Counter idea, I don't know which one I would prefer, honestly. But counter idea, what if we dispatch the wolves and use that as a way to draw them to us? And we kind of hid in the room and ambush them when they check.
Oh, that's very clever.
We could go with that.
Do you have any kind of
Oh.
traps or anything? I mean, do you have any Umbra?
I can jump down from a rock and stab him in the back.
Two of them.
How well lit is this cave that we're in? Sans, would there be any light in it if there wasn't a shiny sword?
It would be completely black if there was no shiny sword.
Okay.
But do Gerblins see in the dark?
Gerblins see in the dark.
So we'd be at a disadvantage still if we discreetly
Ooh.
took the light out.
So there
The-
are going to be some torches because Gerblins see better with some light, but they have night vision, so they can see decently okay in the pitch black.
Do any of us have night vision?
Yeah.
No, for me, it's dark
Beowulf.
vision.
Or dark? Yeah, dark
Beowulf.
vision.
Mine's
That's what.
called dark
Beowulf
vision.
has dark vision.
Yeah. I do too.
Umbra has dark vision, and Catclaw has dark vision.
So I guess technically the torchlight, if they come in, might be enough for us to use dark vision.
Reginald, just in keeping with all of his features and traits, is not very perceptive and blind as a bat in the dark.
As an experiment, what happens if you cover your sword with like a shirt or something? Is there a way to block the light?
Hmm.
You could extinguish the light.
I
or
mean, you
could
cast
keep
it,
the
you
light.
should be able to extinguish it.
You're the one that is doing the thing, so you can extinguish it.
Well, I was trying to make it so that I didn't have to cast the light at the very beginning.
It
We can do
wouldn't
that. We can do
co-
it. That's the
it-
easier way.
It won't cost you a spell or anything to just turn it off.
Okay, and then anyone feel free to alter or say anything that they think should be different. But, or sorry,
Do I have a
my initial idea to await and depend on those of us who have dark vision to give the cue, and the cue can be like a pinch on my side or something, or just a I won't be able to see shit. But
Yeah.
Um,
I think Mom answered the phone.
Yep, she did.
Are you talking about the ones in the tote?
sounds like a work call.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I think
But the
Cam
idea is the
was
light won't
over
be
beside
on.
the clearance, the girls' clearance. You know that table where the $3.99 shirts were. We didn't get to it yesterday. We were going to continue hanging those shirts. There's long sleeve shirts on the one round closest to the cash wrap, and then short sleeve shirts on the other. Yeah, yeah. The long sleeves are $1.99. The short sleeves are $2.99. We were going to try and get that table cleared off of those shirts, and then maybe set those multi packs over on the table.
Can Mom see in the dark?
Yeah,
Does she have dark vision?
yeah.
Or is it
She
just
Yeah,
does.
she
Umbra?
does.
And...
She has dark
Yeah,
vision.
she does.
You're the
Okay, so
only
then.
person that doesn't have dark vision.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
So basically,
Well,
what
I
has to
was
happen
thinking
is
the
I
other
have
day,
to
I'm
have
going,
my
what is
hand
this? I
on
don't
the
know what
pommel
good
of her
is.
sword, because it's a
Yeah,
touch
the only thing
spell.
I didn't want
So I
anybody to
just
borrow
hold
was
my hand on the pommel of the sword,
underneath where we used to
and
put,
then
like if we were holding something,
when I get the
because
cue, I'll
yeah, because I've
cast
got,
light, which will be
I can't
startling.
really hear what you're saying over mom.
The Gerblins are
Yep,
they're
I
perking
heard that.
up. Their ears are perking up as they hear it sounds like one of the party members is taking a phone call.
Your your your
They don't
your voice
understand
is like
technology
fading out.
or what a phone is, and this angers them.
we're ready to go out. But we didn't
That's
know.
funny.
Your voice was so quiet. I was having a little trouble making all that out.
Talking about my voice or Salem's?
Salem.
Oh, I said it sounds like one of the party members has answered a work phone call, and the Gerblins don't understand technology or what a phone is, and this angers them.
What is talkie box? Immediately hate.
Short sleeve shirts on the round.
I don't understand this thing, and it makes me angry.
To be fair, if he did, he would be like, I understand this and it makes me angry.
Oh, well. Right.
But yeah, basically, if I have my hand on the pommel of her sword, then whenever I get the cue, I can cast a
Since
spell.
she's doing the work call, I'm going to take the chance to go to the bathroom because I don't
Okay.
want this to be done
Yep.
anytime soon.
You're good.
And then, do you have, what are your cantrips, Dad?
We're still sealed, because I guess they've gone through the open ones and getting them ready to inventory.
That's on the long list too.
His no on the right side you've got action spells, inventory features, traits. If you click
Yeah.
spells, it shows you your
Yeah.
spells, and then you have Firebolt at will as a
Right.
cantrip.
Okay, so
So-
Firebolt
Well,
your cantrip.
You,
I'm
I
not-
would
A
just,
a
if you want, just go ahead
cantrip
and leave
is,
that on the roller rack.
It means like you can use it and you don't have to use
Yeah.
a spell slot.
Yeah, and then I'll just and then that way I can go ahead and ask Miranda what we should do. As far as those shirts, I don't know whether we're supposed to just override the price or what. But I would be tempted to go ahead and put them on there and just override them if somebody buys it. Yeah.
And I ask cantrip specifically because,
Now, you'll notice
as best
that
we
on like
can,
the
in case we
Harbor
have to fight
Boys
something
mixing
worse
in the
than the
photo,
Gerblins,
it says 50%, but
we want to
everything on there
have
pretty much
the ones that
$7.99,
actually use spell slots
$12.99.
are generally stronger
But we
spells.
figured out that's actually a little less than what 50% would be, so that we just left the 50% fine. Yeah. Because there was too many price points. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, you're welcome. No, you're fine. If you need anything else, just call me. All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah, especially call her during a pre-organized D&D session where there's definitely not 4 people waiting on her.
I know. Ember had to go and relieve herself, so she's outside of the cave at the moment.
Oh no, you missed the Gerblins. Heard one of the party members. It sounded like they were having a conversation with something called work on a thing called a felly tone, and they don't know what a felly tone is, and that makes them angry.
I'm gonna fire you, Mr. Wesley, in the sky. So anyway, I was back there. We were trying to decide if we were going to distinguish or extinguish the light. Do I have? Can't I
It
just
sound-
put the sword in a sheath and hide the light?
It sounds. That's a good point. If it goes in the sheath,
Mm-hmm.
is all the light gone?
Yes.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about
Do I
casting
have
the
a
light
sheath?
spell.
Of course you do. If you have a sword, you have a sheath.
Well, maybe I
Yeah,
can.
just carrying around naked swords like a barbarian up in here. Wait, are you a barbarian? Maybe you are.
No, I'm half.
No,
You
she
don't know
would.
what
Yeah,
half is.
you're too classy to be carrying around naked weapons like.
That's right. I actually have pink and purple tassels on the end of it.
Fancy.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay.
So we decide. I'm writing notes. I'm gonna have a book.
Then the signal for me can just be as soon as the sword gets unsheathed.
Right.
And then we can prepare to blast them.
Okay. So I'm gonna put my sword in my sheath. That'll hide the light. And then we have our crossbows at the ready. Me, Reggie, and Beowulf. Which really seems kind of barbaric on Beowulf's part since his name is Wolf. But I did notice during this discussion that while, we might not want to kill the animals, we are willing to do so. Whereas Umbra is not willing to kill the animals that might kill us. But she's actually taking great delight in the thought of doing away with the Gerblins.
Yeah. You're coming through on Dad's mic too. How close are you all
He's
together?
coming through Tierra.
He's on the
Is it coming
far
through
end of the
Tierra's?
path for me.
Oh yeah, it's coming through Tierra's.
Yeah, she doesn't have her headset on. That's what's happening.
Yeah,
Oh.
It's
she's
just
in
laying in the floor.
Okay. 'Cause it was making it kind of hard to hear what Mom's saying.
Yeah, she's got that reverb going on.
Yeah.
And notice I have I have a second wind thing on here. Once per short rest, you can use a bonus action to regain. It says 1d10 plus 1 HP.
Oh, nice. You can heal yourself. That makes things a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Where did you see that at?
Under features and traits.
Features and traits.
Sorry. I'm very unclassily chewing with my mouth open and talking.
I mean, you are a warrior. You're probably a little rough and tumble.
Mm-hmm.
Which seems like it seems almost oxymoronic as an elf. You're like the roughest of the
Well,
elves.
I've been around some rough people and I've kind of picked up their ways. Alright, Ember just came back into the cave.
Okay.
He had an out of body experience.
Alright, so we're talking about I put the sword in my sheath. That way it would hide the light. Maybe if I turn this down a bit. And that way I could actually pull the pull the sword out at an opportune moment and still have the light.
And hope it just bounce you fall from your belt and you just end up hitting them with a wrong object.
Now what?
Just picturing the possibility of the sheath leaving your belt and you try to execute your sword.
Give me my ideas. That eye in the sky might hear you.
Are you back to your? Does she have? Do you have your mic on, Tira? Like, do you have your mic set up the way it is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got an echo.
Yeah, she is.
Should I just computer then? Take my headset off.
I don't know.
Well, no, keep talking, Mom, because I think you're fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's
it
fine.
does say that I can see in the darkness shades of gray up to 60 feet.
Yep.
Okay, there it is. There's the whatever happened there. The echo's not.
What was it?
Tira probably just muted her mic.
Ooh, I have advantage on saving throws against being charmed, and magic can't put me to sleep. I like that.
Man. Bummer though, because of sweet fantasy magical Serta mattresses.
I know. Oh well. There's always melatonin.
Okay. So rundown. Dispatch wolves immediately, assume position so that we cannot be seen through the fissure until you enter the room. Is that possible with what we're looking at?
They're not. The Gerblins won't be coming from the fissure. They're coming from further down the cave. The fissure's just
Yep.
in like a hard wall in the back of the cave.
Then how do we, where's the, how do you get to the further down the cave?
You think about
We can either
you're
go
in a
through the two
room. The
Gerblins,
cave keeps
or we could go through
going,
the fissure.
and then you're in an offshoot room.
And I have an idea.
Is
I
it
don't know
like
if it
that? So
works.
is it a room where the wolves
Yeah,
are in,
yeah,
or just?
Yes, it's a room. And there's
So if we
wolves
enter the
inside.
room, here are the wolves. Is there an exit to the room that leads to further down the cave?
The only exit in or out is the one that you're walking through to get into the room with the wolves.
Okay, so they're just further in the cave, but they would have to come to the room so we could post up.
They have to come through the doorway.
Correct.
Okay, let me ask you this, because I'm not really clear about this. The fissure in the wall, it's outside this room.
It's at
further
the
down
back of the
but
cave.
before you,
It's at
It's
the
in the
back,
back of the
or
cave.
the back of the room that you're looking in. Sorry.
okay, so it's in the room where the wolves are.
Yeah. So if you picture yourself standing in the doorway, you look in the room
Okay.
and you can see, because you have light, there's the 3 cages with the wolves, and then
On
on
the
the
Is it
wall in the
white to you?
back, but you see a fissure in the wall.
How large is the fissure?
Alright,
Can
so-
we fit in it?
Are you hearing
fissure-
Salem at normal volume?
It sounds
Can
like
you hear
Yeah,
me?
you sound like your volume's on about 20%.
Sorry, how's that?
that's
Much
better.
better.
All right,
So-
how much room is on either side of the door?
What?
Like right against the door. How much room? Like if I'm going through this door that fits 3 people, how many feet when you get into are on either side of the door?
The room is roughly 60 yards wide and about, I'd say, like
so
80.
there's a lot of room.
Yep, and it's only about 30 yards deep.
Are there any other things, objects or anything like that, other than the wolves in this room?
You just see the wolves. There's not really much else going on except for the noticeable fissure in the back of the room.
That's the only one.
Is the
How
fissure
big is the fissure?
big enough
The
for a person to
fissure-
get in?
Is a narrow opening, and it leads to what looks like a natural chimney that goes up probably 30 feet.
How big was it?
Narrow, like, can my
You
big
could
dragon body fit in it?
maybe squeeze like a regular sized person into the fissure and up.
So not
not
me.
you.
Not
Yeah.
a 7 foot tall wingspan of a pterodactyl dragon person.
Okay.
But it does seem like it could possibly lead somewhere, and it looks like the rock was a little bit crumbly in the fissure and on the fissure.
So we could probably widen it out and go in that direction. Or we could go kill some Gerblins.
We could check the fissure after we kill the Gerblins and the wolves.
I say technically we could do both. If
Sounds
we
good.
get rid of the dangerous.
Yeah, eliminate the threat first. Okay, so we ready to start killing some wolves? See if we get
Yep.
some Gerblins coming to the rescue.
Okay,
So,
all
Amber?
three of you are taking aim at the wolves at the
You need to
same
be ready.
time. You're gonna
Yeah.
fire off some crossbolts and just kind of see what happens. So the three people firing the crossbow bolts, roll me a attack.
Not me.
You're technically fine.
I wrote a 4.
Oh. Oh.
What number did
I
you
roll.
get that?
Is
Yeah,
that with your
14.
+5?
Do I have a +5?
Yeah, if you look under actions, under attack,
Okay, there.
your crossbow light, it'll have a hit DC with a
That's
number.
+4.
So you roll an 8.
Yep.
I rolled an 11.
And
Yep.
I rolled a 14.
So all three of you, you've knocked
wait a
your.
minute.
Wait.
Where's my add-on?
Go see where actions is up here at the top of this box on the right-hand side of your paper.
Dad's is a +5.
So you wrote 14 +5.
Yeah.
So he wrote a 19.
You should be rolling D8, Dad. Mom, you should
Oh.
be rolling a D8. So
Not for attack, that's for the hit.
that's for the damage. Okay, sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Yeah. You're right. Sorry. Yeah, you roll the 20 and then you add your modifier and tell me what it is.
Okay, so so Theowolf got 19. Reggie got.
Reggie got
No, I
what?
just got 8. 14. It's 14, right? Reggie.
Oh,
Plus
me?
5.
I rolled
19.
11.
11.
That's total.
Yeah, that's my total. When I give
Okay,
mine, I'm
so
going to give
Reggie
mine
got
as a
11.
total number.
Okay, so the three of you have knocked your crossbow bolts and you line up and you take aim, and Theowolf's clearly hits its mark. Roll me a D8, Dad. And then add 2.
10.
Is that 10 in total? Yeah,
Yeah,
10 total.
that's the
Okay.
final number.
So Theowolf's expert aim, he shoots the wolf directly in the eye socket, and the wolf lets out a muffled as it falls over dead. And at the same time, Reginald and Catclaw fire their bolts, and something must have happened because they both trip at the exact same time, like "ah!" And their crossbow bolts shank off into the air and fly above and ricochet off the wall, and you hear Gerblins in the distance go, "What do you think that was?"
Okay.
Fire again?
Is that what you're gonna do?
That's what I'm
Yeah.
going to do.
Okay.
You and Catcaller?
And then me and quickly, Catclaw, take your position. We will dispatch of the rest of the wolves so you can be ready
Okay,
to set the trap.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay. So both of you knock your arrows and roll me a hit die.
12.
Final is a 17.
And then this time, Catclaw takes her aim, and the crossbow bolt exits its weapon and flies directly into the eye socket of her wolf, and the wolf yells out and with a little whimper falls over dead, and Reggie just is not a very coordinated warlock. He's just not doing a good job over there. As he's taking his bolt, he hears like a little sound behind him, and he's like, "What?" And he turns his head completely as he shoots his arrow. And at this point, the wolf has seen what's happened to its compatriots, and he's more than frothing at the mouth, and I'd say less than pleased, as the second crossbow bolt ricochets off the ceiling just past the wolf's head. And at this point, the door to the cage completely snaps off, and the wolf will charge directly at Reginald, and it will attack Reginald for a 7.
No.
And so it's just like so angry and sprinting so fast it gauges the distance and starts sliding on its heels past Reginald, and starts sliding towards Umbra, and is completely immediately forgets about Reginald, but then tries to take a snap at Umbra for a 12. Does a 12 hit?
And you're the one that didn't want to kill the stupid thing.
So am I rolling?
No, what's your armor
What,
class?
what are you gonna action? What are you gonna do?
What's your armor class? Because he
Armor
rolled
class
a
is
12 to
10.
hit. 10?
So 12 hits.
Oof.
Where is my 4-sided die? Do I have a 4-sided die?
4-sided die is the pyramid.
And it hits for 2 chomping, biting damage. And now roll me a initiative check.
Which one's initiative?
You roll the d20 and then you add your initiative number, which is directly to the left of the armor class number.
Which one is a -1?
For initiative?
Oh, it doesn't really matter because I got a 20.
Oh, well, okay.
You rolled a 20? Nice.
Yep.
Mine's 17.
Dad and Mom, roll a 20-sided die. Tell me what it is.
Oh, do I have to add something to it?
Yeah, your initiative to the left of armor class.
Mine was 16.
Left of armor class.
It's at the very top.
Mine's a 6 total.
Okay, the order is Umbra, Reginald, Theowolf, Wolf, and then Catclaw.
Okay.
So you picture the 3 of you are standing there. The wolf has just attached itself to Umbra's leg.
Yeah. Can
And
I
in
shoot
the
the wolf with a
distance-
crossbow?
You may, but you will have disadvantage because it's right next to you.
So,
Well,
where if I'm going
Can I
first,
take
can I
my
just
can I
stab
take
it?
my dagger since his mouth
Yeah, you
is
can.
not?
At this point, doesn't like the wolf, and she wants to know if she can stat.
Yes,
I'm
you
a
may.
evil
You may.
creature. I was
You,
trying
you,
to protect you.
all right. So Umbra, are you going to stab it?
Yeah.
Roll me a hit die.
Which is the 8-sided or the 20?
No, the 20. So you roll the 20 to figure out if you hit or not. If you hit,
Yeah.
then you roll for damage. If you don't hit, then you don't
I
hit.
feel like she should have advantage on
Gotcha.
the hit since the wolf is literally
Literally
attached to her
attached to
body.
Yes, no. Takes a lot of dexterity.
But Umbra was keeping lookout. She wasn't paying attention, so she was completely caught off guard.
Like one
as
of
the
you could
wolf
at least
chomped
shouted,
onto
"Hey,
the back of
wolf!"
her leg. So she does not get advantage. She does, however, get to roll me a hit die. Maybe if Reginald was a little bit more coordinated and didn't whiff twice,
so
then we
judgmental.
wouldn't be in this scenario. I'm just saying.
What'd you roll?
14.
What is it?
Plus,
No,
14,
13 or
Is that
14?
the total?
14 is the thing, and my hit thing is +3.
So
So
17?
Yeah.
Okay,
17.
roll me a hit die. All right, damage
Gems.
die, sorry.
that's the pyramid.
Eight-sided.
So hers is, if you're using your dagger, it's a d4 plus 1. If you're using your rapier, it's a d8 plus 1.
You're probably the rapier.
Okay, roll me a d8.
1.
Oh no.
But it's a 1 plus 1, though, so you actually hit for 2. Okay, Umbra's like, ah! As the wolf chomps onto her back leg, and she turns around really quick to stab the wolf with the rapier, but the wolf's just jerking his head around, so she doesn't really get a good shot on it. She kind of stabs him like in the side a little bit, and the wolf just gets more angry and starts more ferociously chomping. And then I do believe it is Theowolf's.
No, you said it was Umbra, Reggie, Theowolf, and then Catclaw.
Okay, so Reggie.
Um,
Just as a heads up, too, while all this is going on, the Garblins are like, "Ah, what was that?" And you can hear them clearly starting to make their way towards you.
They're about as intelligent as the guards from Skyrim.
Yeah.
I will cast All the Dead, the wolf. Ding! Or sorry, doom. I don't know how to make a super deep bell sound. Doom. Doom. Maybe. I need wisdom saving throw from the wolf. Number to beat is 14.
Okay.
What was the thing that you cast?
12.
Nope.
Okay.
You take. Oh,
What did he cast?
6 damage.
Toll
Toll
the
the
dead.
dead.
Hold the
If I
dead.
pointed a creature I can see within range and a sound of a dolorous bell fills the air around it for a moment. And the have to succeed on a wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage, except if it is already damaged, it has to take 1d12 necrotic damage instead. So d12 and get a 6.
Okay. So did it kill it?
How much was it?
6 damage.
So as the wolf is chomping on poor Umbra's leg and jerking its head around, the air and space surrounding the wolf just begins to shimmer and vibrate. You can't tell exactly what's happening, but you do hear a faint dong, and the wolf starts to vibrate like it's shaking, like it's just completely immensely covered in sound, and it starts vibrating so fast that it explodes, and the wolf's blood and guts go everywhere. And in the meantime, the Gerblins are very close to you now. Like, almost to the cave. Or the entrance to the room.
How many feet?
I have a question.
Okay?
Is the wolf blood poisonous?
No.
Places, everyone, places.
Yeah. How many,
We are
how
about
many
to commence Act 1 of Goblin Slaughter 5000.
Yeah. How many feet away are they?
Can we
They
heal
are.
Umbra?
You can hear them getting super close. You would guess that they're probably 15, 20 feet, but they're running towards you.
Cool.
Can we heal Umbra quickly?
Is that what you want to do?
Well, I don't
How
know.
much damage did you take, Umbra?
2.
No.
We should wait.
Okay.
Cause the thought behind it is my healing magic can heal for more than that. So I don't want to like cast something that
Waste
heals
it.
for more than 2. Cause
Okay.
I can only do like healing stuff twice.
Okay.
So I gotta try to maximize the numbers to maximize our chance of getting killed.
Since I was keeping watch, if the Gerblins weren't in, they could probably just slip on the wolf blood.
Okay,
That is
so
true.
we take our
And
places.
cats.
Cat
Remember
Claw sheathes their
cats.
sword. We're hiding kind of where you can't see us around the doorway.
Okay, everybody's in their positions. The 2 Gerblins sprint into the room and they notice the blood and the guts and the gore, and the other 2 wolves with the arrows sticking out of their eye sockets. Like, oh my god, what is this? And then you all get a surprise attack. So each of you may do 1 attack right now.
That's a 20, right?
Yeah. So how
Yeah.
do you see what your weapons are, what you have
Maybe if I
available?
did- Oh, no.
How do you get
And
in your list?
If you look in actions, it should be on there or in inventory.
Yep. So
Actions and-
actions and all, you've got a crossbow, a dagger, a quarterstaff.
Okay. Where is actions at?
On that box to the right, that's got your spells and everything. Action
Right.
is the upper left.
Yep.
Option.
Gotcha. Yep, I got you. Okay, now I'm on there. Okay.
Okay, I've got a total score of 24.
For your hit?
Yeah, I rolled a 20 and then I got a +4 on my
What are you attacking with?
Oh, maybe it's no. I have my sword.
Okay, so you would
That's
roll
why
your
it's
hit.
25.
No, you would roll your hit and then add the number to your hit. So your total for your hits.
25.
Okay, now you would
25.
roll a d6 and then add 3.
D6.
And then you double that because you rolled a 20.
Okay, so I rolled a 6. So that would be a 9. So it would be an 18.
As the goblins are looking around, what are you hitting with your sword?
Yeah, my short sword.
As the goblins are
Put it
looking
out of
around,
teeth.
Cat Clawer pops out of her hiding spot and she's like, yeah! And just immediately, even though it's a short sword, slashes through the air, lopping off the head of one of the Gerblins. And then his other Gerblin's like, no, that was my brother!
These guys are all related.
So he's like Mormon goblins, like
Their family tree is more akin to a telephone pole.
no brother cousin.
Okay.
So this is my turn now.
Yeah, good.
I'm just gonna shoot that other guy with a crossbow.
Okay, so roll me a hit die. So roll the d20.
I rolled a 12,
It's +4, so
and
you
it's a
rolled a
plus
16.
5 is 17. So
You're
got a
attacking
7
with sorry, I wasn't looking at your
crossbow,
sheet. Crossbow. Okay. And then roll me a d8.
and I got a 5 on the
Plus
D8.
3.
Plus
so you
3 is 8. 8.
And after the goblin's like, no, my brother! As he's saying that, Theowolf takes aim with his crossbow and unleashes a bolt, and it sticks straight through his shoulder, and he's like, ah! And then the other 2 people have an attack as well.
So you all have to finish them off.
You want to go, Umbra, or do you want me to go?
What do you think? What do you think, Stabby? Are you back with us?
Yeah.
She's mad now. She's angry.
Okay, T, roll me a. I assume you're attacking with your rapier again. So roll me a hit die
Yeah.
first.
Or
What's your add-on?
rapier's an add-on of 3, but does it really matter that much?
So she rolled a 7. So
We're playing it on the bad leg.
Umbra's like limps over and kind of slips a little bit and falls on her side as she's taking a swing at him, and just caresses across his ear, but doesn't actually hit him, and kind of is on one knee and standing back up as Reggie does whatever Reggie's gonna do.
Okay, where's our 7-foot guy? 7-foot guy, you're up.
And I dong. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
It's like, how wise are these goblins? Probably not very.
Not wise. They're not wise at all. 9.
No.
Okay.
5.
The air around the second Gerblin, who his name is Nostradamus, by the way. The air around him starts to shimmer and vibrate, similar to the wolf. You've all seen this happen, and he goes, pop, and he explodes.
So at this point, I've had 2 goblins and a wolf explode on me.
So Umbra being well camouflaged.
You need like a.
Wolf guts and Gerblin guts.
Do we have like a potion of laundromat?
No, but you did hear the sound of a stream nearby.
Oh, there we go.
Well,
Water.
if she stays that way, they'll just smell her and think that she's one of them.
I'm thirsty. Let us get a drink before you wash off. there,
Okay.
Umbra.
One Gerblin is decapitated and laying on the ground. 2 wolves have arrows through their eye sockets. And the entire contents of the inside of a wolf and a Gerblin have emptied themselves onto Umbra. It's kind of amazing, actually, too, because it only hit Umbra. Everybody else is clean as a whistle.
At this point, Umbra is seriously questioning her pacifism towards animals.
Umbra is just looking at the blood and the guts and herself and looking at Reggie like, come on, man, really?
It's like, do you know anything about exploding?
And that's where we're at. We're still in this room with a big fissure at the back of the room. I don't know if I told you all, but there's a fissure at the back of the room.
All right, we ignore the fissure and immediately exit the cave and rethink our lives. Like, what?
Okay.
We're going to the store now.
That's fine.
Time to go back and get clean and take a weekend off. It's Memorial. We're gonna have a barbecue.
Okay.
Oh, well, we do have the fresh wolf meat.
I vote. Since we cleared the Gerblins out, we go ahead and see what's further on in this cave.
Well, let's check out this fissure.
Well, it's easy for you to say. You won't fit in there.
In my experience, if you're
Okay.
requesting and there seems to be a persistent call of a god to check something out and you don't, then he gets really mad. They're kind of petty.
Is perception or
things go
investigation better
worse.
for the fisher?
I hear the voice of experience there, so to the fissure we go.
So, quick question: is perception or investigation better for the fisher? Because at this point, I could probably slide in because of all the guts I'm covered in.
But
It's big enough for a
regular.
regular sized person to stand inside of and like their front and their back would not be touching either side. There's enough space to cleanly fit a regular sized person inside of this fissure, and it goes up. It looks like a chimney about 30 feet or so.
Okay.
I'll investigate.
Roll me a investigation check.
Three.
3?
Nothing big rolls.
Did you say 3?
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe I can't see because of all the blood and guts in my eyes.
Did you add your thing onto
it? So it's a 6, but she's Umbra's checking out the chimney and she's touching the rock and she's like, "Yep, sure does look like a fissure, guys."
It's like I'm so done with this.
So, no objects, no anything, huh?
One of you could try
not that she
investigating.
notices.
Because I have, guts in my eyes.
You all may roll me an investigation check if you so choose.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
No, I'm gonna, because I can't fit
I've
it.
got
So
a rolled an 18.
then what's your modifier? It's in the vertical column.
3.
Investigation
So
is
you rolled a
Kinda right in the middle.
21.
Yep.
So Theowolf, he pats the sides of it and he's like, "It definitely is a fissure." And then he looks up and notices he can kind of see like faint light at the top, and it looks like there's an opening at the top.
Okay. Is there a way of climbing up?
It looks as though somebody could maybe shimmy up the shaft of the fissure.
Okay. Do we have any explosive devices among us?
Oh, don't talk to me.
I'm sure using an explosive and a crumbling log is a good idea.
You guys just liable to blow all over Umber and stick to her because she's so sticky anyway.
I just hope you know that this is going to be a running theme for the rest of forever. Anytime any dirt or blood or guts ends up anywhere, it's always going, just always on Umbra, and only Umbra.
About like the guy that we played baseball. It always hit a ball.
Squeegee?
Uh-huh.
DJ?
Yeah.
Is somebody going to attempt to climb up the shaft?
While this is happening,
Yeah,
I want
I'll go ahead
to
and
attempt.
climb.
Roll. Or Phil was.
I'm already in there.
Can I attempt to widen the fissure?
You may.
Well, that was my thought with the explosive devices, so we can get Reggie in here too. So if we're going that way, we could all.
also notice that the initial opening is the size of a regular person, but once you get up a little bit, there's enough room for pretty much anybody to shimmy up with their feet on one side and their hands on the other side, including a 12-foot tall dragon person.
I'm only
Okay.
7.
It's like, I'm only 7 feet tall. I dunk on Shaq. No big deal.
It's hard to defend me because I can breathe fire.
Yeah, it's hard to sit very close to you because you can breathe fire.
Yeah, right.
It's really also mostly just the
Oh.
smell. The
Um,
unbearable
so-
smell.
This
So
is
let's
really
say-
embarrassing, but I'm a warlock dragon person because I'm not the strongest dragon person. So, which is why I'm a warlock and not like a burly fighter guy. Even though I'm huge, it's very weird. You think I'd be stronger,
You're
but I'm not.
intimidating to look at.
So, do we have something we can widen the passage up so we can get Reggie in here?
You could just, take the hilt of your weapons and give it a little smack, or a shield, or
Okay.
maybe kick at it.
What's this in my
So-
inventory? Enchanted
Right.
pickaxe of the expand fissure. No.
So I've actually
Reginald
got a
takes
quart-
the magical expand pickaxe, expand Fisher pickaxe, that he's materialized out of his bag and uses it to widen the fissure. And as soon as he's completed his task, the pickaxe goes poof and vanishes. But as it's vanishing, some dust comes off of it and goes directly into Umbra's face.
Okay.
And Reggie's like, okay.
It's like deep breath as I progressively get more stabby along the road.
I'd always wondered if I would ever find a use for the magical expand fissure pickaxe. Lucky day.
As he
Very
says that,
convenient.
some spittle comes out of his mouth and lands on Umbra's cheek.
So someone ventures the question, has Umbra ranked up? And then someone responded, no, she just smells worse.
Oh my.
So what you would say is instead of ranking up, she reeked up.
No, rank. No, she ranked up as perfect because
Yeah.
rank in regards to a smell is
Yeah,
something
well,
melodious.
But we are very
Malodorous.
hopeful. We are very hopeful that she will not reek her gold.
Okay.
I'm washing myself off, and you're all drinking water.
Shimmy order. Shimmy order.
Yeah, I guess I'm
Umbra's the
shimmying
most
on up there,
perceptive, probably.
dungeon guy.
Huh?
We're
I
shimmying.
guess I'm shimmying on up the chimney there, dungeon guy. How am I doing?
Okay, give me a strength check. So you roll the 20-sided die, and then your athletics is your strength check is a
got-
+3.
And 18 plus 3, I got 21.
So Wolf looks at you all and he's like, "No worries, guys, I got this. I'm actually the father of Alex Honnold. Been climbing my entire life." And he's like, "Check this out." And then he hangs off the face with just like a finger. And he's like, "This is easy. I do this all the time. If I wasn't here, I'd be climbing something." And he shimmies up to the top. And as he gets to the top, he peers into the room. There's a little bit of a light. And one little opening on the side and a chest. And nothing else inside of the room. And he enters the room and he yells down. He's like, "Hey guys, there's a secret chest in here. I don't know why somebody would take the time to climb up this fissure just to put a chest. Think I'll check it out. I'll report back when I find out what's inside this chest."
Okay. So now I'm investigating.
You could just open it.
Okay. I'm investigating by opening said chest. Bend
I'm
over.
just waiting for him. He's like, you could just open it, and then you go to open it, and he's like, "Psych! It's a mimic monster." Ah, you said I could open it.
Okay, I open the chest.
Okay. After opening the chest, you notice that there's 20 gold pieces. So you'll grab the bag with the 20 gold pieces.
Yep.
And then I haven't decided what item I'm going to give you yet. Hang on. And then
Suffering.
there is suspense.
Mysterious.
It's a,
The chest.
The item has a strange fog around it, and you can't tell what it is, nor feel exactly its shape. But you feel like it's gradually dissipating. You almost can tell what it is if you look at it long enough.
Chest
Hang
of
on.
suspenseful fog.
Not yet.
hang on.
Beowulf blows
It's-
at suspicious
It's the party's Reginald leans his head into the fissure and he's like, "Well, what's going on up there?" And Wolf's like, "Well, I got some gold, and there's definitely something else in this chest." It's probably a thing
True.
that we could use. And at the same time, Reggie's like, "You're not being very descriptive about what the thing is." And Reggie says, "I just really enjoy suspense. Hang on." I'm trying to build up this payoff for this thing that's probably not going to be worth all of the suspense.
It's like, and it's
Theowulf waxing poetical echoes down the chasm. How can you describe the indescribable? How can you see the unseeable? How can you hear the unhearable?
I just don't know what it is.
Yeah,
Well,
that's right.
I'm trying to find where the items are in the handbook, and I don't see them.
Oh, our Dragon Master, the all-seeing Dragon Master, cannot see.
Dragon Master is
Umbra
having a
got
moment.
covered. Umbra got covered in blood and guts so hard that it even splashed into the eyes of the dungeon master. Let's say
Okay, what did you
goggles.
say, Tim?
Goggles of I can't remember the name of them. I know what they do though. They look like really sweet steampunk goggles.
I
oh,
got
you're giving it
some really
those?
sweet
They're different, but they
steampunk
look
goggles.
similar.
Oh, what? Okay. Goggles of the.
They are goggles of eagle vision. They allow you to see up to 120 feet and make out details.
Okay,
Right.
Eagle Vision.
Yeah, I put that on
Goggles
my
of eagle
inventory.
vision. Yeah, just write a note that you
Okay.
have those. You all can like swap them around and each
Okay, C's up to
120 feet. Clearly.
120 feet clearly.
Do I remember how to get into my little note thingy, honey?
Yeah, it's down at the bottom bar.
Just ask,
What's a-
do I remember how to do this?
That's that you get a bonus when you're married for a very long time. Like if your spouse remembers, it technically counts as you being able to remember as well.
And let me see what it looks like. I think
Yeah,
it
it
looks like a
says
banner.
notepad. It says notepad.
Oh yeah, it looks like a notepad.
So when I pull it up, it doesn't have my other note.
Now you have
on
to
it.
open it. The
You have to go.
so you should have saved it
open
as
part.
something.
Uh,
Click File, Open, and then it should be your.
wait a minute. My other brain is walking across the room to me.
The better part of my brain is leaving me.
It's like wow, it's very weird that you would leave your good brain detached from yourself some of the time.
It's like
So every now and then you're just left with your like
the part of
inferior
my brain that remembers and does things has left me.
And then open.
Oh, I do remember how to do this.
It just hangs.
Okay, so I've got Eagle Google Vision.
Goggles of eagle vision.
Oh, Eagle goggles.
Keep it up, and I'm gonna take them. They're gonna fall and break.
Okay, I've got Eagle goggles that can
You
see
can't see the eagle goggles. You still have gun, can you?
that.
Everybody is allowed to use the eagle vision goggles except for Umbra because she perpetually has stuff in her eyes.
Do what?
Eagle goggles that
What is that?
increase.
What do you say?
What are my Eagle goggles? 460.
They
feet,
allow you
said?
to see up to 120 feet clearly.
Okay, you said everybody could see through the goggles
Except for Umbra. 'Cause
That
she
was a
always
joke.
has dirt in her eyes. No, but Mom's writing it down. It's real now. It's canon.
Oh my god.
I didn't write it down.
Yeah.
Does that do they do anything other than like work like binoculars? Do they have any impact on like ranged
They
attacks or
just-
anything?
No, they just work like binoculars.
Do they see in the dark?
No, they do not.
Okay.
They are like regular binoculars in the shape of goggles.
Basically, binoculars with a fancy name.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Theo Wolf, channeling his Alex Honnold, he's like, "All right, guys, I'm coming back down," and he shimmies back down the fissure back to the party. And now you all are doing what?
Okay.
Do we go down the path the goblins are coming up from?
There was an opening in that room I just came out of, wasn't there?
There was, but it's just another exit. It'll lead back
Because
to
we're
the
still
cave.
investigating those two full-size drag marks.
Yeah, we need to find out if there's people in here we can rescue. So we're continuing on to investigate the full extent of this tunnel and what it may hide.
So the party will continue a little ways out of past the room, and they'll go down towards the sound of the stream. They hear the bubbling and gurgling of the water, and they notice in the distance, kind of just far enough to make out a bridge going over where the stream widens out. And it's probably about 15, 20 feet wide at this part where the bridge is. And looks to be a little Gerblin guy hanging out on the bridge.
Just a second. So, same.
What kind of reaction do you think I would get if I just walked out and this goblin saw me covered in blood and guts, looking very angry?
He would probably attack you because he's a Gerblin, and that's what Gerblins do.
Not really smart.
Yep. So Umbra has acquired a new nickname. Some
He's
of
got
the
an
some
appreciation for the taste.
some of the party have begun to refer to her as General Patton. Something about old blood and guts.
So the three of you with dark vision
Blood
can
and
make
guts
out
Umbra.
this can make out this this bridge and this Gerblin. But Reginald is like holding on to like the coattail of one of you because he's blind as a bat. And the stream is
You
to
mean
your
I'm
left.
not using my sword for light?
No, you're not.
We're just using
The-
our night vision.
Yep. And the stream is only a couple feet wide next to you on your left, and it's running down and forming like the river widens out where the cave flattens, and it widens out to about 20 feet wide. And there's you can make out the bridge over the stream, and the figure that looks or seems to be potentially a Gerblin guard on the bridge.
Yeah.
And technically, how long have we been in this dungeon?
Well, after killing everything, I don't know, like a half hour.
Okay, so her sword is still blue. That light spell casts one. That light spell lasts
Okay,
1 hour.
where's the bridge? Okay, the stream's on the left, right? When we we're going through. Turns into 20 feet wide, where the cave flattens out. Where's the bridge?
It's over the wider part of the stream.
Is
God
it
in the
going
sky,
side to
what do we
side,
see?
Or is it going from us long ways?
Wait, sorry, what?
The
I've got a
bridge.
text on my
Where-
work phone. I had to look at it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Where is the bridge in
else.
relation to where we are in the
It's
stream?
so you've walked down the steep slope. You went into the room and you came out, and the slope started to flatten out. You're pretty much on level ground, and the stream is in a wider cavern. It's very cavernous. The overhead's probably 50 feet tall, 50, 60 feet tall. And then the bridge is looks parallel to you.
Is the stream going directly into the bridge?
The stream is going directly under the bridge.
How long is the stream, or how wide is the stream?
20 feet under the bridge.
Okay, and then and the bridge just goes just over it?
Yep, the bridge has like 2 steps up to the walkway and goes over, and there's 2 steps
So if
down
we were
on
to
the other
go
side.
to the bridge to go over it, going to our right or to our left?
So if you walked straight down, followed the stream would go directly underneath of it, and you would go to your right to get to the stairs.
Okay.
Okay.
And
So
that's where the
Cat
Goblin
Claw.
is.
Cat Claw. Can you use stealth mode to like sneak up on that guard and stick a dagger in him so that we can go on undiscovered?
I feel like Umbra's better at that.
Can she see?
Yeah, she's got night vision. What
And
do you
she's
think,
a
Amber?
rogue.
Are you up to it? I realize
She's super sneaky.
You need a good shower, but we'll
She
get
is
you
in disguise.
out of here so we can get you cleaned up.
And is the stream flowing from the bridge toward us, or from us toward the cave?
Okay, so I sent all of you a picture of the map in the text.
Okay.
So if you're looking at the map, towards number 5.
Ed.
Oh, it's on my phone.
Yep.
Mhm.
I don't have my phone. Where's my phone?
Do you remember where?
Oh,
He
yeah.
said, "Do I remember where my phone
You got
is?"
it plugged up in the kitchen.
Yeah. See?
Plugged up on the
Where's the room with the wolves?
I made that up.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is
Just
like it's
wanted
not
to get the official.
it's not exact. This is just like a guideline.
Okay.
But towards number 5 is similar to what you're looking at. You would be towards the south on the map, looking at the bridge.
Okay.
Only picture, instead of the bridge going somewhere completely different, the right side's like attached to the bridge.
The right side of.
Like the path that you're on, like goes and then gets onto the bridge.
So the stream is on our left or on our right?
Left.
Okay. Okay.
So the path goes
You
like
can tell
this
by the
onto the
map.
bridge over the stream.
Right, but then we're doing the map and also like his description, so it might be slightly. Okay.
Okay. So were we on number 4? Is that where the Fisher was? Or were we on number 3?
We could say number 3 is the room that you did.
But you know, the whole thing about that bridge is we would have to go under the bridge and go into 7 in order to go across the bridge towards 6.
Is that accurate, Salem?
What is it to go across the bridge?
Look at the map.
What about it?
In order to go over the bridge, we have to go under the bridge
So
around to number 7.
The bridge isn't exact. So the map isn't exact. The path that you're on is attached to the bridge.
Okay.
I just wanted you to get an idea. Like that's what
Okay,
you're
so-
facing.
So there's that. You really enlarging it. There's that really little tiny ledge that goes over to the right side of the bridge. You might fall into void space there, Reggie.
Yeah. Right.
So we get Amber to knife that guard for us.
Is
You
that
feel
what's
like being
happening?
sneaky?
Try.
How far are we from the goblin right now?
100 feet.
Well, and so he doesn't really notice because your smell is covered by the blood and guts of his pet and his brothers. So he's not really.
So we
As
we're
you
gonna-
all are plotting your little plan, you can hear the Gerblin. He's speaking common tongue to himself for some reason, but he's like, "Oh my gosh, my brother and my father are taking a really long time back there. I wonder what's going on."
Okay, wait a minute. They really are from West Virginia, aren't they?
I told you, their
Because
family
the
tree's a
one is
telephone
my
pole.
brother, the one's in my brother, and now this one there says one of them is his father and his brother.
Just wait till you meet the sisters.
Oh, God.
So So I guess I'll go for a sneak attack.
And while she's sneaking, we're gonna. Can we gradually get a little bit closer?
You may.
Okay. So we all sneak up a little bit.
And what? So an Umbra is gonna sneak up and attack? Is that what's happening?
Yep. And we're gonna.
You all are just gonna stand there and watch Umbra do her thing.
We're gonna.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a little bit closer. I want to get like around at least 60 feet away.
I'm sheathing my sword so that the light does not.
Listen, look at Mom paying attention. I was
did I
definitely
need to
gonna,
roll
I was gonna definitely have the Gargoyle be like, "Oh, there's a light right there," and turn around and get
Nope.
get an advantageous attack.
Nope.
So did I need to roll the 20 side?
Yes, you do.
Do you have like sneak attack or anything?
I did, and I got a 15.
Is that with your modifier?
Total.
The stealth for me is a +1, and the sneak attack is a 1d6.
So you get your regular attack with your dagger. So roll a d4.
Does she get advantage because she's sneaking on him? How does that work?
Hang on. So would you roll for your hit? Sorry, you rolled a 15.
And then,
Okay, and then
what's your
roll
modifier?
Roll 2 d4s. Because you do get a sneak attack and a surprise attack, so you get to do double damage.
And then when you said 15, did that add your hit DC modifier?
She hit, that's why she's rolling the d4s.
Yeah, I know that, but I just wanted to get the logistics out of the way to make sure she's adding all of her stuff.
My dagger's a +3, and my sneak attack is a 1d6.
So you rolled did you roll a 12?
No, I had the
14.
number in addition to those.
So what'd you roll total for your hit?
The 14 with the dagger, 17, and then the sneak attack is a 1d6. So
How much damage?
So and that is the sneak attack on top of the regular dagger damage?
So she would roll a d4 and then roll the d6 and add them together. And you get to roll the d4 twice because you have advantage.
So you can take the highest number.
Exactly.
so the triangle, right?
Yep, that's the D4.
I want it to be for the damage. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I know it's fine. I'm doing it this way.
The
all
first D4 is a
Okay.
2.
And the next
It sounds like Tierra's far away.
She's not really, but her mic may be.
Is this any better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with the moves and 4 and the 6, I got a 3.
You got 3 total damage?
So you said roll the
So you roll the d4 twice, pick the highest one, and then roll the d6 and add those numbers together.
that will be a 5 total.
So Umbra has snuck up on the Gerblin who was postulating, wondering where his father and his brother were. And she knifes him, but as she's going to knife him with her dagger, she kind of slips a little bit. So instead of dealing the fatal blow, she's just stabbed him in the side. And he's like, "Ah, my God, where is it?" And he turns around, and
I cast Sacred Flame on him.
and as he's turning around, Reggie over here is casting Sacred Flame.
Dexterity saving throw. For the Gerblin. That was why we scooted it up to be at least 60 feet away. That way he was in range, so I could.
Natural 20.
Well, I missed.
So Reggie takes his pop shot with his Sacred Flame, and you all get one free action before this goblin's attacking you.
Okay.
But you remember you're 60 feet away still, so.
Can I push him into the stream?
No, you may not. Not until.
Okay.
Not until.
My
They do
my
this.
crossbow is good for 80 feet, so I'll go ahead and take a shot at him.
Okay, roll me a
What did you do,
d20.
Reggie?
I tried to cast Sacred Flame on him, and he dodged it.
And
Just
the Sacred
roll.
Flame like popped past his face as he.
I just
he saw it
rolled
coming.
a 6 with a +5 is 11.
You rolled an 11 for your hit.
Rolled an
Yep.
11 for hit.
And then, as this is happening, Theowulf takes aim with his crossbow and pops off a shot. And as he pops off his shot, the Sacred Flame is rebounded off the wall and comes back and engulfs his crossbow bolt in flames and eviscerates the bolt before it reaches its mark. You missed.
Your turn, Cat Clawler.
Okay, just a second. I'm writing.
Technically, we don't know if I hit or missed because my bolt disintegrated.
It's true. So you can
That
believe in
is
your heart
true.
that you hit.
That is true.
You can believe that you were gonna hit.
It's like, that was a Robin Hood shot. That was definitely going for the eye socket.
I like your
Okay, hold on.
positivity.
Cat car.
Oh, Cat Claw.
Just a second. I'm writing.
You don't have time to be composing novels in the middle of battle here. This is ridiculous.
We'll want to know about this. This is going to be folklore, sitting around a campfire, telling of these glorious things.
The Gerblin is leering menacingly at Umbra. Cat Claw is sitting on the floor with her
As
pad.
all this has happened, Cat Claw is sitting down with her notebook, taking notes. And the Gerblin takes a advantageous stab at Umbra because Cat Claw took too long.
No, I've got
Four.
I've got the die. I've got my crossbow out because I'm still a little bit away from him.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey.
What'd you roll? What'd you roll?
I should have done a longbow.
What'd you roll?
Total 6.
Oh wait, is that a 1?
I rolled a 2 and then I got a +4.
Oh, okay. You have plus 4.
And as Dad's cross
So
or
you can message me.
as Theowulf's arrow has been engulfed in flames and disintegrated, Catclaw takes her shot, and the arrow actually knocks the flame over to the side a little bit as Catclaw's arrow bolt is going and engulfs it in flames as well, disintegrating it. And now the Gerblin, in all of his anger, with Umbra staring him in the eyes as she twists her dagger in his side, grabs his dagger and takes a swing at Umbra. 15. Does 15 hit?
Yeah, it does.
I figured. We'll do a D4, actually.
You all have terrible aim, and I'm the one with guts in my eyes.
This is the second time this has happened.
So, Mo, Larry, and Curly have been unable to save Umbra so far.
and he takes a swing for 1 damage. So he slashes at you, but it's not super strong. He just kind of nicks you in your arm and gives you a little cut.
Like suddenly in the middle of this, music starts playing, and you hear it. And we all miss.
For some reason, in the passageway, there are now 3 doors on either side, and the party is entering one door on one side, then coming out a door on the other side. As in the background, you hear the.
Well, wait a minute.
The dun 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 dun
Where's the
dun dun
Gerblin?
dun 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 dun.
This is not serious. This is.
Still staring at me.
I just want to imagine as this is happening, Yakety Sax just starts blaring in the
Yeah,
background.
yeah, it's a very Scooby Doo esque was what's happening.
So Umbra looks at Reggie, and with the look in her eye, it's clear that she's saying, "You aren't going to blow this one up too."
And
Okay.
now
I will
How
turn
much
you into a
damage? How much
purse.
damage?
I
How
did
much
1
damage?
damage to Umbra.
She got-
What was
did
it?
One.
15 damage,
Okay.
and then she already had 2.
Yeah,
No. The 15 was the hit.
Yeah. I just did 1 damage, and then she took
Oh,
2
she's got 3
earlier.
damage total.
How many hit points you got left?
It's me.
She has 4 left.
Okay.
And now, roll me a initiative check.
I will as soon as Feely's off of my arms.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's got his paw holding
Six.
her arm down.
Okay.
Need to use the 20 for initiative.
Yep.
Feely puppy, what do you want? -1 is 10.
So she had a
Everybody-
10 on the initiative.
Okay. 3, 10. Mom, Dad, what'd you all get? Roll a 20-sided
Oh,
die.
what am I?
Initiative.
20-sided?
Yep. So you roll 20-sided and then add your initiative modifier.
I have a 20,
A natural 20 or 20 total?
17 plus 3.
Okay. Yeah.
I only had an 8.
So
Okay.
Dad, Tierra, Mom, me, and then wherever the Gerblin is.
And also, from across the bridge, you see another Gerblin. And you can't tell if she's female or not, but she's like, Uncle, oh my gosh! As she's coming down the runway towards you all. And the order will be whatever the order was between you all, and the goblin will go second. The one running down the bridge. And the last
Okay.
goblin will go last.
So, say a wolf is up.
The one running down the bridge is roughly 30 feet away. Well, you didn't see her get on because you were too busy whiffing. And
30 feet away on the other side of the bridge.
correct.
Feely,
So
Okay.
you need to go outside?
So
technically,
what
my
if,
footpath 90 feet.
what if I just go ahead and shoot a firebolt at this Gerblin girl?
Sounds like a. Well,
How far away is she?
She's 30
Who's good at
feet from
trigonometry?
Umbra. She's 30 feet from Umbra.
Yeah,
forget
my
trigonometry.
My firebolt's good for 120 feet.
Yeah, but how far
Yeah,
away am
that's
I
enough.
from her?
That's
And
enough.
you all, yeah, and you all are probably 60, 70 feet away from. Because you've moved closer through as the battle is happening.
So I'm in range. I got 20
Yeah.
feet to spare.
And
What are you
where's
doing?
Reggie at this time?
The three of you are, let's say, 40 feet away from or we'll say 30 feet away from the steps where Umbra is with the first Gerblin. And then the second Gerblin is 30 feet away across the bridge on the other end, running towards Umbra and the Gerblin.
Okay. So I'm rolling a 20 on my firebolt.
Okay. What do you get?
I got a 1.
Theowolf raises his arms up, and as he's going to
it's a-
cast his firebolt,
It's a plus 5, so it's actually a 6.
and that one's a critical miss.
Yeah.
So he raises his arms and says an incantation, and this fire starts to come out of his hands. And then he goes, "Ow, that's hot!" and stops his cast, and he's surprised because he forgot that fire's hot. And then, okay, and now as he's doing that, the second Gerblin is getting closer and closer, roughly 5 feet away, and you, as I said, you can't tell if it's female, but she says, "Yeah, my uncle!" And she pulls out her dagger, and as she's doing that, she noticed the fire start coming out of Theowulf's hands, and she turns and she throws her dagger at Theowulf, and she does that for an 11 hit, which does not hit you. So she throws her
Armor
dagger.
13.
And as she throws her dagger, she catches one of the planks in the bridge and trips a little bit as she's throwing it, and it veers past your head, and she kind of falls over. And whose turn is it now?
Umbra.
And now it is Umbra's turn, and the second Gerblin's like 10 feet away from you.
Should finish off the Gerblin that my dagger is covered in.
I
Probably
think
a
so,
good
too.
idea, I would think.
Yep.
And if you were wondering at the time, the Gerblin was 67 feet away. I had to relearn Pythagorean theorem real fast. I was like, oh god. Oh yeah, there it is.
14.
14.
14.
The dagger is 3.
Okay, you do hit, and now do your damage.
Now, which one did she hit?
The one
It's
she's
the one
already
she's-
stabbed.
Yeah, the one she's already grappling with. You
one
have to throw an
that's-
8-sided teeth to get your damage. The double pyramid.
Wait, so what's her damage?
She
With
doesn't
the
have a number
dagger,
yet.
she has a dagger. Her damage is 1d4 plus 1.
It's only
Uh,
plus
Oh.
one?
Oh, wait a minute. You had to throw a D4?
Yeah,
What?
because she's using her dagger.
Yeah, so you have to throw a 4. That's the little pyramid, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Why is my dagger damage 1d4 plus 3? And hers isn't.
It's different for
Uh,
characters.
2.
And
Plus-
as
plus-
she looks at the Gerblin in the eyes, and she watches the little Gerblin down the bridge chuck her dagger and whiff, and this just makes Umbra more mad, and she starts to twist her dagger into the side of the Gerblin that she'd already stabbed. And he goes, and sucks in and last inhale as he escapes this mortal coil. And as that happens, she must have hit an artery or something, because a line of blood just shoots out directly into Umbra's face.
It's close to strangling someone with Gerblin intestines.
We need is there like a magical potion that works kind of like Windex, but on your body?
And that Gerblin's dead, and now I do believe it is Reggie or Catclaw, or whichever one.
Yep. We're gonna...
Gotta throw back in.
Has the charging Gerblin, how far is she from me now? How far on the bridge? Where's she at?
She was
She's-
10 feet from
she's
Umbra.
You're 40
but
feet
she
away.
was
40 feet.
Sure.
about 7
Sure.
feet from us.
40 feet.
Has she been damaged?
She has not been damaged. She just tripped.
Then I will cast Mind Sliver.
Mind sliver.
Yes. I drive a disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature I can see within range. Target must succeed an intelligence saving throw, or take 1d6 psychic damage and subtract 1d4 from the next saving throw it makes before the end of my next turn.
You just cast mind sliver.
16. Or, no,
I'm
sorry.
just hoping
3.
he doesn't roll and it hits you in the face.
3?
Yeah. I assume that does not save it.
Throw back in.
No, definitely not. 3 definitely does not do it.
The Gerblin
Okay,
is, she's tripped and fell over, and after the blood is
3
shot
damage.
into Umbra's face. 3 damage?
Yes.
The she's Umbra's like trying to wipe her eyes, and as she's wiping her eyes, the body falls over and kicks up some dust off of the wooden planks that goes into her eyes. And then while this is happening, the other Gerblin's standing up, and all of a sudden she's like, "What? What is the?" She takes 3 damage to her brain. with the
Okay,
psychic
and
spike.
then most importantly, until the end of my next turn, whenever you have a saving throw, like that wisdom saving throw, you roll that, and then you have to roll a d4 and subtract that number from whatever your number was.
I have no idea what you just
no
said.
matter what, or just with
So
her?
if it, yeah, until my next turn. So like say for instance, I cast a spell and he had to make an intelligence saving throw. So he had to beat a 14. So if he rolled a 14, it's a meets it beats it rule. So he rolls it and he would beat it, except that because I've mind slivered him, once he rolled the 14, he would have to then roll a d4, and whatever number that was, he would subtract it from the 14. So if like he rolled a 3 on the d4 die, then his saving throw would actually only be 11. So he would miss it.
Okay.
Basically,
Only-
it just makes it harder for him to not get hit by our stuff.
He is actually a she.
Oh
I
yeah,
think.
she. Well, they makes it harder for them to get hit.
Right.
The referee keeps saying she and then says that we don't know if it's a she or a he.
I know it's very confusing, but just
So I'm assuming it's a she.
You all are very PC as a party, and you're just reluctant to assign a gender.
No, I have no problem assigning a gender.
And
So
then
I think
as a
it's on
bonus
you
action,
over there,
So
Cat Claw.
as
You gonna
it's
finish?
she.
okay. So hit her with the psychic spike. As a bonus action, I will cast healing light on Umbra.
Right?
You're welcome. I hail you for 1.
So my
That's right.
favorite has been healed.
So a little bit of the dust clears out of Umbra's eyes, and she feels a little bit soothed, and heals back up for 1 damage. And now I think it is Catclaw's turn.
Okay, is that is she dead or is she still
No,
badly?
she's damaged.
She is taken. She's not looking great, but she's not bloody yet.
And I'm still pretty far away.
Yeah, you're 40 feet away.
So I'm going to have to.
Your crossbow goes 80
I'm going to
feet.
have to shoot her with a crossbow.
Okay, roll me a hit die.
Seriously.
What?
Oh, you don't.
What is it? I have to know. I can't do things until I know.
You were the all-seeing eye.
What'd you roll?
I want.
Oh, how are you doing critical misses?
So she takes aim with her crossbow, and as she takes aim, she goes to fire, but Reggie coughs next to her. He's like, and she's like, what? And looks over as she's shooting, and the arrow flies out of her crossbow and goes straight past Umbra's arm, scratching Umbra for another 1 damage.
Okay.
and then we go back to the turn order. So now it's Beowulf's turn.
So I'm gonna just shoot another firebolt at this gal.
Okay.
What's your firebolt say?
You mean as in the text
As
that
Yeah,
goes
the-
with it?
You hurl a motive fire at a creature or object within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 fire damage. A flammable object hit by this spell ignites if it isn't.
So it's a hit
Being
spell, it's not
worn
a
or
saving throw
carried.
spell.
The spell's
Right.
damage increases by 1d10 when you reach blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So roll me a hit die.
Yeah. Rolling a 20. And
And
got,
then his spell attack modifier.
yeah, I got a
Plus 5.
6 plus 5, so it's 11.
Man, you all are just not the most
Yeah, we're
accurate,
awful.
coordinated people. And
Dude,
Beowulf's
none of
watching
you
all
know
of this
how
happen.
to aim.
And he raises his hands and says an incantation, but before he does that, he's like, this is round 2. I can do this. And he pulls out his hands and starts to, you see the fire start to come out of his hands. And yet again, Beowulf's like, that's hot. And he stops his spell. And now, in the meantime, the woman goblin has watched her uncle be murdered, and now she's not too happy with Umbra, so she's gonna take her dagger, her other dagger, and sprint at her, and rolls a 1. so as she is sprinting at Umbra, there's a little wooden plank that's like kind of sticking up a little bit and catches her toe, and she trips and she falls, and as she's falling, her hand hits the ground first with the dagger sticking up, and she falls on her own dagger, and it sticks her in the chest for 4 damage. And so you could get to watch comically as this woman dagger and all of her anchors like, she trips and she falls and she's like, and dies on the bridge. And
Well,
that's,
team, I don't know how we did that, but we'll take it.
Hey man, win's a win. Win's a win.
Right.
It's not always how you get
I
there.
know. I'm just sitting over here with our arms crossed, not looking as happy as we are.
as
You're
as she,
strangling someone with purple intestines.
well, and she fell on the dagger and she was like, "Ugh!" And she must have fallen on an artery or something, because as she rolls over, just a stream of blood shoots out of her stomach directly into Umbra's face. And now you have 2 Gerblins dead on the bridge, and the party can rejoin each other, and you're by the bridge.
Is it possible for us
And I'm gonna take a
to break
bath.
in this cave?
To what?
Yeah,
What
you
is
need to take a bath, Amber. There's water right here.
Is it possible to what?
Is the water
Have a sit down in the cave.
is the water safe?
I will allow you a short rest. Yes, the water is safe. It's just
Okay,
water.
so before we do that, I'm gonna cast.
I have to pee real quick.
Touch. So I'm gonna roll a. I'm casting Cure Wounds on Umbra,
Nice.
and so I roll a D8. 4, 5, 6, 10. I heal you for 10. Bruh.
So that should be full health.
Yeah,
then.
'cause she only had 3.
Okay,
Yep,
so you're
so
back to full health.
She's back to full.
How many
full
hit
power.
points do you have?
Where do I
10?
see that?
If you're looking on your D&D Beyond sheet, kind of in the upper right section.
Oh, up there.
On hit points, I have
What's your
7.
healer?
7 total?
Yeah.
Jesus. Okay.
Why? Is that bad or good?
Well, it's very low.
Very low. See,
What do
mine's
you
mine's
have?
just 7
I have
too.
11.
Your
I guess
dad
I
has
have more.
9.
How many do you
I
have?
12.
Yeah,
12.
I just have 7 too.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Dad's a paper cannon, and T's a clothy, stabby, sneaky person.
So next time we approach people, we should
Probably me go first,
yeah.
since I have a
Your AC is probably higher too. What's your AC at, Mom?
What is the AC?
The armor.
Armor class.
Hers is 13.
Oh, 13.
Dang, mine's 4. Are you wearing your armor? Are you wearing like a leather or whatever armor you wear? Are you wearing that?
My armor class.
Yeah, she's got her.
I am. The shield
I
that
said
I
I
carry,
carry
my dexterity modifier.
Mom's wearing leather
Um,
armor. T is wearing leather
Here's a shield
armor.
remote. Calculate your AC using the rules in the equipment section. Record your AC on your character sheet.
Dad has his clothy stuff on. And
Where's the
you
equipment?
are also wearing light leather armor. And inventory. So it's action
Is
spells,
the red
inventory,
box next to what kind of armor does Mom have?
leather.
Equipment.
Is the box next to your leather armor
It
checked?
is. Everybody has it equipped.
Okay. Man, my AC's high.
It says I have AC 11 on there.
Says what?
AC 11.
Yeah. Your overall AC is 13.
Okay. And then
Oh, goodness.
oh, that's interesting. I don't get as many spells, but I get all my spell slots back on a short rest.
Oh, nice.
So what are
Attuned items.
So everybody's taking a little break, drink a little bit of water from the stream.
I'm just
Umbra
taking a
asked
minute.
you all to politely avert your eyes while she disrobes and cleans herself off. As she's coming out, though, one of the Gerblin bodies slides and falls off the bridge and splashes into the water, and the splash goes directly into Umbra's face. It's just water, though.
Just a reminder.
Just always everything. Just directly into Umbra's face.
Okay.
Okay.
We want to keep going, or
Well, we've come this far. We probably need to explore this cave and see if we can find what those drag marks were all about, right?
Yeah, we gotta save our people.
So we're crossing over the bridge, right? Going into number 7
Yep.
area.
That'd be number 7.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because it's not the map isn't exactly like that.
yeah, it's not. It's just more of a.
That was just an idea. So we're on the right side of the stream, approaching the bridge in front of us that goes across the stream. So we would go forward and then cross the bridge to the left.
To 6.
Yeah.
But you have a offshoot to 4.
Right.
yeah.
Well, and then we wouldn't. We
jump off the
Bridge
bridge or
We-
turn around and go across the bridge and go to
don't
7.
think it. Don't think about it like that. Think of it as like a tunnel, and the bridge is the only way you can go.
Okay. Or you could go towards 7.
Right. So
But we're going to go across the bridge towards 6.
Right.
I don't even see us. Oh,
Yeah. So
Okay.
picture that the water and the tunnel that you came in. You came from 1 and 2 into the cave, following the stream.
Right.
We can call 3 the room that you all went into where you got the goggles, and then imagine that the tunnel for 4 isn't there, and the water and the land on the right is attached to the bridge leading towards 6, and don't eat like
Okay.
7 and all that stuff isn't even there.
Okay. And
Okay.
Catclaw is going to unsheath her sword so that we can light our way across this bridge. See these loose planks that the others have tripped over so that we don't trip.
and I'm gonna go ahead and just.
Kind of split spots from blood.
I'm gonna recast light on the sword, just so it doesn't randomly go out
Okay.
in the middle of when we don't want it to.
Okay.
So
Okay.
now it lasts for an hour.
So we want to investigate.
Yep.
This area we're going into.
We cross the bridge. What do we see?
You go across the bridge, and the cave keeps going. And there are a couple rooms. There's you see an opening on the left, about 20 feet away after you cross the bridge, and then there's another opening 30 feet away on the right.
And then what's directly in front of the exit of the bridge? Just cave wall?
Yeah, well, you can't see that far. It's like more tunnel.
Stream.
It keeps going. You can see the two openings, and you can see that the cave keeps going.
And the opening, so if it opens in front of us, are they on the sides of the...
Yes. One's on the left side, one's on the right side.
So we came across the bridge into another tunnel, and then on either side of the tunnel we have openings.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, just a second.
Okay.
Right or left?
Well, the one on the left is 20 feet away, and the one on the right is 30 feet away. So wouldn't you want to explore the one that's closest, just to make sure there's no traps, no gurgles, not gurgles,
Sure.
gurgling?
So that means the whole thing is like 50 feet? Ish.
Yeah.
And this was
Okay.
20
Yeah.
20 feet
So
to
you
this side, 30
picture
feet to that
like
side?
a tunnel. 20 feet up on the left, you see an opening. 30 feet up on the right, you see
And
an
then-
opening. And then it looks
10
like the
feet
cave
past
keeps
the
going.
20 feet.
Okay. And I see what you're saying. It's 20
Yeah.
feet forward
Okay.
to get to it.
So,
Yeah,
so
you don't really want to pass the one in case something gets behind you.
yeah. So
I was thinking about that
research
differently,
that
sorry.
one. We'll research that one. So let's go in there and investigate.
Roll me a perception check.
All of us.
Yep.
That's
You
a
should
20
really,
now,
Umbra,
right?
Umbra, roll that thing.
18 and plus
As
The
you all
extra-
are making your way towards the opening on the left, you hear.
So I have a 21.
that's a 24 total.
Yeah, everybody's gonna know this. So as you're approaching the cave, you start to hear noise and voices. You can't quite tell how many, but it sounds like definitely more than 3 Gerblins.
Now, here we go again, team.
We don't have
It's
a
all
really
right.
good track record. You might want to put the goggles on. to
Okay.
cover your eyes. Umbra.
Okay, so,
I'll put my eagle goggles on so I can get a better picture. So what do I see?
You still see an opening. You all haven't gotten up to the opening, but you definitely hear the goblins inside.
Oh,
we
okay.
sneaky up to the open.
I'm going to sheath my sword, but have my hand on the hilt.
Okay.
Okay.
What's the pecking order? Who's taking a peek in?
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to. I guess, or are you? Am I going to?
Cat claw.
Yeah, that's what you got the most
So
cushion as far as hit damage.
everybody hears the Gerblins, and Cat Claw like puts up her hand like hang on, and she crouches down a little bit into a little bit of a hunch and starts slowly like creeping up towards the entrance and peeks her head around and looks into the room, and then immediately like pulls her head back in and turns around and comes back to the party, and she's like, guys, I don't know what we want to do, but there are 6 Gerblins inside that room.
To you guys. Remember, I just said that. It didn't sound like me, but I just said that. Sounded a lot like the eye in the sky, but who knows?
It's like, no, you're not one to
Did-
be auditing
Did
this.
she see anything else in the room?
It's a regular room, not a whole lot going on. It is a large cave divided in half by a 10-foot high escarpment, a steep natural staircase leading from the lower portion to an upper ledge. The air is kind of hazy. It's a little bit foggy from the smoke of a cooking fire that was recently lit but now out. and she noticed a very pungent smell of cured hides and not washed goblins.
Okay, hold on. 10-foot high
You said escarpment?
escarpment.
Uh-huh.
How do you spell that?
ESCARPMENT.
Hazy air, cooking fire put out. Thick goblins. Natural staircase.
Can you read just the section about the
what-
escarpment? Can you read that again?
This large cave is divided in half by a 10-foot high escarpment. A steep natural
like a-
staircase that leads from the lower portion to the upper edge of the escarpment. And the air is
It's like a
hazy
little
with smoke.
peninsula.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a cliff, pretty much. Like a.
I'm not gonna lie, you said that, and I was like, I have no memory of this word.
The natural staircase.
Follow your nose.
A natural staircase.
That leads
Which
up to the
side of
top
the-
Escarpment.
let's say right side.
And where are the okay.
They're kind of just lounging around towards the center, maybe 20 feet inside the cavern when you go in. Two of them are kind of doing their own thing. Three of them are talking, and then one of them is it's just sitting there. And they're all
Okay.
like within 20 feet of each other.
So we didn't see any hostages in there. There weren't.
Are there anything else? Any other living beings
in the room with the goblins?
Not that you noticed from just peeking your head around and looking.
This sounds suggestive. Well, what do you think? Is it a Gerblin Fest again?
Well,
Are they on one side of the escarpment, or are they separated on both sides of it?
Let's say the escarpment's on the right side of the room, so they are on the left of the escarpment.
Well,
maybe.
no.
The escarpment is dividing the room in half.
That's what he said. The Gerblins are on the left. The stairs up the escarpment are on the right.
Right.
So we could potentially try to sneak up there and get up those stairs and get the high ground.
The Gerblins are roughly, let's say, 40 feet away from the bottom of the stairs to get up the escarpment. So there is some room between the stairs and the Gerblins.
So as we enter the room, it's escarpment first, and then goblins after.
Right.
So we could take a right around that escarpment and get up the stairs without the Gerblins seeing us. Maybe, you think?
I don't know.
Is there any random noise? Otto's over here trying to eat the mic.
Who wants to play?
There was a ferocious, hairy lion.
No, we have established
Goblin.
that she has her pet cat with her.
So what do you think? Is there a good reason for us to go in there? I mean, do we want to just leave these Gerblins behind us, or do we need to take care of them?
Yeah, if we leave them behind us, then they're going to, we might do something stupid like we have so far.
I would highly recommend checking out that escarpment.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
We sneak like
All of
The
you?
group.
One of you? Everybody? What are we doing here?
we're gonna stay
Staying together.
together that we don't leave one person if they get caught like by themselves.
Okay, I need all of you to.
Sorry, I'm laughing, but getting up in my face now.
Let's see, what would be the best one for this? Stealth check.
Okay. So we're all
So you're-
rolling 20s
Yep.
and
Yep.
adding on.
Get out of my face.
I got a 16.
Right?
22.
Now what
Wow.
this is?
Stealth
No, it's
Stealth.
stealth. It's
Okay, I
toward the
got
very
a
bottom
total
of the
of
column.
14.
What is it?
14 for a cat.
I got a total of 14.
And T?
13 for
14? So the party's
Yeah.
kind of like crouched and walking slowly, and you come into the room. The goblins don't hear you or really make out any sound. You all are actually very stealthy for a change. Nobody trips, nobody sneezes.
Okay. We can do without the sarcasm.
Hang on, Kevin's calling me. What's up?
And he
Still
got on to
playing?
me for taking a work call.
Really?
Do we get to meet Kevin in the cave? He's the referee's buddy.
Who's Kevin?
He's the referee's buddy. Kevin, honey.
Kevin,
We
the
took him to the
referee?
bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what would he be doing in our Dungeons and Dragons cavern?
That's awesome.
He's on the phone.
Oh,
yeah, I
he's
don't.
talking to Kevin?
Yeah. We're just still playing. Yeah. Well, later.
It's weird in our head. It sounds like God
Okay.
started talking to us, and then God answered a phone call, but kept on talking in our heads. It was strange.
Yeah. I'm just working with these idiots again. No problem. Hang on. They probably won't last long. I'll call you right back. So you all very snakily get past the goblins, and you're making your way up the stairs, and you hear some heavy breathing, and you see a prone human guy laying there, bound, clearly being held as a prisoner, and looks like he's not been treated the best by these goblins.
Okay.
Yeah, he looks like a hard gust of wind might finish him off. He's not looking so hot.
As a reminder, which one's which? It's Gundren, Rockseeker, and who? Which one's a human? Which one's a dwarf?
Sildar Hallwinter is the human.
Okay,
Okay.
so this is probably. Do we know what Sildar looks like? We met him before, right?
He was
Yeah.
with Gundren before they left town.
Okay, so
You would
can we see?
recognize him. Yeah, you would
Can-
recognize
So
Can
do we
you-
see? Okay, we found
You
Sildar.
reckon? You reckon? You're like, oh, that's Sildar, the warrior
So
that went
we
with
should
Gundren.
cut him loose and heal him, right?
No offense to Sildar, but I don't know if we should waste any of our healing resources on him
Okay.
because we might need them to not die ourselves.
Okay, so he's when you're making your way up the stairs to the top of the escarpment, it was, as your eyes are starting to peek over the edge, you recognize Sildar, and he's like 30 feet away, and you all look at each other and like point because you're trying to be sneaky and quiet, and then you didn't see him before, but a seventh larger goblin sees you all looking at Sildar. He's like, "Intruders!" And then he runs up and he grabs Sildar and drags him towards himself. And the other 6 goblins immediately look over and notice you all. But you do have the high ground. Roll me an initiative check, everybody.
One is that? The 20-sided?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and plus their initiative.
I guess.
I got a 22.
I got a total 19.
Okay. What'd you get, T?
A total of
You keep cutting out. I don't know why that's happened. What is it?
2.
You.
It sounds really echoey.
It said
You're
she
talking-
got a 2.
Luke.
It's the way what's your initiative modifier though? -1.
You had
-1.
So you rolled a 3.
Yeah.
Dang.
Luke.
16.
Okay.
I got a total 19. See, now my thought was if we healed Sildar, but it's a little late now, we would have had 5 people fighting instead of 4.
Put that on Luke.
Well, I have a single time in this fight that I can
Okay.
heal one person
Yeah.
because I've expended my other 2 that I only get back with a long rest on healing Umbra a
Well,
couple
you had
times.
a long rest.
No, we had a short rest.
You had a short rest.
Well, how much did
So-
you get back from short rest?
I got back that spell I used to heal her a bunch,
Uh-huh.
that cure wounds. I got that back. But my other ones that I used earlier, I don't get back until a long rest. So I just have cure wounds available to me.
Okay.
And we don't have any potions or anything. Because we're the worst adventurers ever. We're like on a defense mission if we didn't bring any potions.
Well,
So
didn't
we only
know
have-
I was supposed to pick all this stuff. I was just like,
Well, I
oh,
didn't think of it either.
You know what,
This is
actually-
more me. This is
Wait,
me
wait.
saying this to the god in the sky.
I will retroactively from that chest where Dad got the 20 gold pieces and the goggles. He found 4 regular healing potions, 1 for each of you.
Okay.
So add 1 regular healing potion to your all's inventory.
regular healing potions. And
Yep.
where do we add this at?
You can actually if you want to keep track of it in D&D Beyond,
Yeah.
the manage inventory.
Okay. Let me go to
If you click that, and then where it says filter, if you click it, you can start typing in health potion, and it should pop up.
filter type potion.
where's
Okay, wait a
your
minute. Is it proficient, common, magical, or container?
Or sorry, it's a potion of healing. So click on the filter and type in potion of healing. And the item should populate below it.
Okay.
Do you see that?
So is it greater, superior?
It's just the one that says potion of
Just
healing.
Potion of
The
healing.
the black one.
Yeah, but behind mine aren't black. Mine are
Share your
green,
screen real
blue, and
fast.
Purple.
Share your screen.
Oh, hold on. I gotta get out of this if I want to do that. Where am I at?
On the bottom left of Discord, it says screen.
Oh no, I had to get in. I had to get into my thing. Okay, screens.
now, how do you get into that?
On
Okay,
your
so-
inventory tab.
Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. Let me get in my.
I'm on inventory. Then go
Okay,
to equip.
then you'll see the search bar right at the top, and then to the right
Yep.
is manage inventory.
Yep.
So you click that, and then in the filter at the top on the right side, you just start typing potion of healing.
I actually
weird.
have a
Why
little
doesn't the regular
square
one
that has
show up for
potion
her?
on it.
I don't have the regular one either. I have greater,
There you go.
superior, and supreme.
There it is. There it is.
Oh,
Just
unclick the potion thing.
There it is. That's
Okay.
And then if you click to the right, the add,
Yeah.
and then equipment.
So I can just click on potion of healing.
Yep.
Add.
And then add it to your equipment. And then when you look at your inventory, the potion of healing will show up.
Okay, it's in there.
And then when you click potion of healing, it'll give you instructions on what to do when you use it.
Okay.
Drink the blah 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 regains 2d4 plus 2 hit points. So you'd roll
Right.
your 2d4 and add 2, and that's however much heal forward. And you can use the potion of healing. You can either give it to somebody in the middle of a battle. That's an action though, but you can also like help somebody drink it if you're close to them. But that's an action.
Okay.
So can we help Sildar at this point?
Right now, he's in the clutches of a goblin. And that goblin's how far away from us?
The goblin is 30-ish feet away from you all, and he has a dagger to Sildar, and he's looking at you menacingly.
Somebody needs to put an arrow into that bad boy.
Yeah, we're liable to shoot
Do we
Sildar though.
do we have any like crowd controlling spells? Like I've got like my mind sliver, so sort of like that because it like negatively impacts.
What a ragtag group of adventures you all have turned out.
Hey,
to
man, it's our
be.
first adventure. It's our first adventure. We're learning it.
So I have a bag of like 1,000 ball bearings. Maybe I could just toss them out and watch everyone slip and slide on them coming towards us.
You can set the ball bearings up
On them.
as like a slippy trap at the top of the stairs for the goblins that will be approaching
And
the bottom.
and what if you step back and it pops up and hits the ceiling and smacks you in the face?
Do you not want me to set a trap for goblins? Because
Well,
I feel like you'll die.
Okay,
Well,
okay.
we're at initiative,
I'll interject here as an action.
Go
If
for it.
you wanted to drop all the ball bearings into the group of goblins, I would allow that because that's hilarious.
What's the initiative order?
It goes Dad, Mom, you goblins.
Okay, so what is Theowolf going to do?
Dad, Mom, me, Tierra.
Dad, Mom, T, then you, then goblins.
Okay. Do I know any spells that would help us here? Is that an arcane?
Well, your spells that you know will just be like if you click on your spells next to action, it'll list all the ones you have.
He's got Firebolt as a cantrip, his one big spell that he has for now.
Why don't
And
I have a
then-
spell?
Cause you're a warrior.
Yeah,
but it says actions
in combat. Attack,
Yeah.
cast spell, dash, disengage, dodge, grapple, help, utilize, ready, search, shove.
Yeah, you have the ability to cast all of the spells that you know, which are 0.
Okay. Can I use deception and do like a ventriloquism voice down the hallway and make them think there's people behind them that
No.
they have to run down there and check them?
Ooh.
Like, oh,
Yes, you can. roll me a deception check.
That's a 20, right?
Yep, and then whatever your modifier for deception is.
His deception is +1. It's charisma.
Yeah,
is what it is.
that's a 13. So +1 is 14.
So all the goblins are staring at the party, looking at you from you're at the top of the escarpment, which is like what I say, 10, 15 feet tall.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you all are kind of at the top, and they're like 30 feet away, but they've all like noticed you, and they're about 20 feet from the door, and just it sounds like somebody's like down a hallway, like talking, and they're like. And it's so two of the goblins just like turn around and they're like, "Is that my uncle, brother?" And like, I think the four of us can handle this. You two go check that out. So
Sweet
two
home Alabama.
goblins, two of the gerblins, exit the party and go out of the cave to investigate the uncle brother that they think they hear.
Okay.
And then now it's Mom.
I feel like retroactively we missed an opportunity the way these goblins act. They all should be named like McJimbo and
Billy Bob.
Billy Bob Jr.
So the two that you killed on the or three that you killed, the one on the
Well,
bridge
one
was
Nostradamus.
the one on the bridge was Jimbo. Nobody really knows how Jimbo came up with the name Nostradamus. He's the most eloquently named one out of all of them. And then the woman was Bertha. But two of the Gerblins have exited the party. There are now 4 Gerblins in front of you. And
Which two exited?
it doesn't matter, just 2 of them.
So we have
We don't know their
four.
names.
We have
Yeah.
four down on the floor, and the one big one is up here with our
Yep.
guy.
And he looks menacingly like he's about to stab the dude we're trying to
Yeah,
save.
he is holding the dude you're trying to save with a dagger to
Okay,
his
and
throat,
I'm like 20 feet away.
expecting his Gerblin posse to take care of you all. And
Okay.
we'll say you're 20 feet away from him, and you have the high ground up top.
Okay.
Well, the only weapon I can use at this point is my crossbow.
Okay.
And so was that his action in the beginning?
Yeah.
Do you have any bonus actions, Dad? If you click on the action tab, under it there will be like a
He does
row
not
that's like
have-
all
he
attack
he has
action,
2
bonus
weapon
action.
fighting. That's his only bonus action.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now it's Cat Colors.
Well, no, I do have, under reactions, I have opportunity attack. And
So
I also
opportunity
have
attack is
interact
if-
with an object.
The opportunity attack is like, say, if you were fighting a goblin and he wasn't dead, and then on his turn he tried to like run away or try to get away from you to attack something else, you would have an opportunity to attack him as he was trying to get away, because he's
What
within your
about
range.
interact with an object?
There's nothing to interact with.
Can
That'd
she
be like
interact-
if there's a
she
lever or
interact-
something.
Can she interact with that goblin's knife and make him stab himself in the throat or something?
No, she cannot. She's a warrior, not magic. We just talked about this. So
I
before
forget
Kat does before she does her action, she looks at the big Gerblin holding the guy, and she's like, "You will not stab him in the throat." And he's like, "What?"
Like,
I
nope.
use
As,
my
as she
Jedi
tries,
mind
her Jedi. She's like, "You will release
what's your
him and
persuasion,
and stab
modifier?
yourself in the
Alright.
throat." And he's like, no."
What's your persuasion modifier?
3.
Try to get him to persuade him to kill himself.
Can we apply some
He's like, no, but you're like,
handling-
are you sure you
Are
don't
you
want to
sure
just?
you don't want to kill yourself?
Can we apply some animal handling to this goblin?
No,
No, make 'em like-
goblins are
okay.
monsters, not
Wait.
animals.
It's a gerblin.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know.
goblins.
The jury's still out on that one.
Oh, okay.
Gerblin, it's kind of like a
I'm
goblin,
using
but
my
you think that they might have
crossbow.
at some point had a
Okay,
gerbil ancestor
crossbow.
in their lineage.
And hope
They know all their ancestors because
Oh,
they're
Lord.
all related to each other.
And still
they're not paying
but
attention.
they have the
She's
the
aiming her
mark
crossbow.
in their past that they interbred with gerbils.
You're not really dealing with the top brass here. I'm just saying.
What'd you roll?
What'd you
I
roll,
got
Mom?
a total.
A what?
I got a
Total
total
of
of
12.
12.
Would you
Mom
shoot
knocks,
an arrow?
Yeah. Mom knocks her arrow and expertly takes aim and fires her bolt. But as she fires her bolt, Reginald coughs again. He's like, and she's like, "Darn it, Reginald!" As the crossbow bolt shanks and shoots over the shoulder of the Gerblin. And now it's Tierra's turn.
Shoot.
And the other Gerblins are coming up behind us, right?
No, there's just the one with Sildar is standing there. At
The
But
other
what about
four-
the others?
The other
The four
four
in the
down
bottom
on the
are-
floor.
Yeah, they're gonna be making their way towards you.
Okay, so since they're coming up towards us, I'm just gonna open up my ball bearings bag and dump it down the stairs.
Sweet.
So all four of the after the Gerblin dodged Cat Claw or Zero, he kind of ducks to the side, and then all four of them start making their way towards the stairs, and they get like 3-4 steps up the stairs, and as that happens, Umbra opens up a bag, and all of these little metal steel ball bearings start rolling down the stairs. And the Gerbils are like, I'm gonna get, and then Yakety Sax starts playing in the background, and they all start fumbling and slide down the stairs, and one of the Gerblins immediately breaks his neck, like no questions asked, falls straight on his neck, and he's gone. And then the other three Gerblins are falling on each other, and they all knock their heads on the ground as they're rolling down the stairs, and they each take 2 hit points of damage. and they have yet to reach you. And now it is Reginald.
It's Reggie.
You don't have any bonus actions, right, Tier?
Got
Sorry,
bonus
Umbra.
actions, baby.
Where do I see that?
Actually, you
click
know
the
what?
action
I'm not
tab.
even gonna count that
On
as
the
an action. You can attack too if you want to, just for the
Okay,
for the
so
gall.
my persuasion is a +7, so I'm just basically going to try to command him to let Sildar go.
It doesn't work that way. It's a good idea, but it does not work. Unless you have like a spell that lets you do it.
You need to like put an arrow in his eye or something.
Yeah, it's like you can persuade
Run up
things
there.
that you're trying to convince to do something, but you can't persuade
what
your
she's trying to do.
enemies that you're fighting with.
Yeah, you
To,
could
like,
run up there and
not
cut his
fight.
head off.
I don't know. I might actually.
I mean, I guess if you're
I
super
might-
persuasive, I don't know.
I might make that. She is super persuasive. She has a 7.
All right.
I mean, if you want to try to talk to him mid-fight, what are you gonna say to him?
Except she
We still got to deal
does he
with
speak
him.
common
Though, if
tongue?
we let him go. We'll still have to deal with him.
Well, they've
Well,
all
yeah, but
fallen
right
down.
now-
One of them got knocked out. He's probably gonna be knocked out for the
The thing
long
is,
enough.
Sildar is basically a meat shield right now, so we need him to not be a meat shield.
So are you going to persuade him by basically shaming him, saying, wow, a great big old Gerblin like you needs a puny little guy like that as a shield? Whoa, really scary.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah,
Oh, I tell you what, if you're persuade him to go help one of the injured goblins on the stairs, so that if he gets on those ball bearings, maybe he'll fall down too.
it's like, oh, big tough guy, you're holding a little human hostage, and your people are down there falling all over yourself. You should be ashamed.
I don't care about them. They're my stepkids. What? You think I'm gonna give away my only leverage?
That's too much
Never mind, he said
information.
big cousins.
Let's just say I rolled an 11.
Yeah, he's not persuaded at all. And now it's Reginald's turn.
All right. I will mind sliver him.
The thing is, they
What's
now
wrong?
heard that he doesn't care about them, so the Gerblins are probably not going to be helping him now. Like, excuse me.
Intelligence saving throw.
Which one are you?
Mind sliver. The one that's got Reginald. Or no, not me. I'm wrong. The one that's got Sildar.
Okay.
The big one.
Okay. And what is that? What was the
Intelligence saving throw.
Oh, it's a big surprise. The goblins do not have a high intelligence. Natural 1.
Well, how does that work? There's not like a crit miss and save throw, right?
It's a critical miss. Or on the save.
Yeah. What does that even do?
I think maybe you take double damage or something.
I don't know. Well, anyway, here's the 3 psychic damage.
As he's watched his cronies, his name is Bojack. as he's seen his compatriots slide on the ball bearings, the one broke his neck. 2 of them left at the start of the battle because they thought they heard a noise. So he's really just watching his top brass. He can tell they're real winners. And then immediately gets a searing pain in his brain as Reginald casts his spell. And he's like, and he's still holding the dagger on Sildar. And he's like, okay. Wait a second. Hear me out. We can talk through this here. Just step off, guys. Whoever's not dead or knocked out, just hang on. Let's talk this out. And he speaks with you all, and he begins to tell you that he should be the main leader of this little goblin brigade, but he's not. He has a boss. His boss is a bugbear by the name of Clarg. So
Clarg or Clarg?
Clarg.
Arg.
K-L-A-R-G.
Like Clark, but with a G instead of a K.
So you said
And-
bugbear, right?
Yep.
Yep.
And Bojack is second in command of the whole hideout. He is the bigger goblin. And he's still holding Sildar at knife point, and he's making a proposition for you. In exchange for Sildar, he wants you to go find Clarg and kill him for him. If you agree to this and help him do this, he will give you Sildar.
Yeah, but we can't trust him.
The thing is, he's not that intelligent, so we can say it's a good deal, kill the leader, and then kill him.
But what if he kills Sildar while we're killing the
Uh,
leader?
Well, we'll have to say we get Sildar first before we kill the leader.
What if we just go ahead and just kill this guy? How far away from him am I?
You are about 30 feet away from him.
Okay.
He should be Clark, gent.
30 feet away.
So if you go and kill Clarg and bring him back Clarg's head, he will return Sildar to you. Obviously, you won't need to fight any more of the Gerblins. Or you can do whatever you want.
We also still need to find that dwarf. We still haven't located the dwarf.
I know. There's like 2 drag marks. So we're not really down here yet.
And he
Well,
has
we know
offered you all
Sildar.
the parlay, but I mean he's a Gerblin. Obviously, you know you can't trust him.
Yeah, I don't trust him.
Like I said, he's not intelligent, so let him think he's tricking us. It doesn't take much.
Well, what we tell him is that if you let Sildar loose, we will go and kill Clarg for you.
But
but
like he has to let
And
him
is
go
he-
like right now.
Yeah.
Good sir!
Yeah, we need the extra firepower to get this big goblin guy. So we need Sildar to come fight with us.
If you let us take Sildar with us, we will go kill the bugbear together. That's gonna be the easiest way. It'll all best for all of us.
And you get the
I
added
rolled a
bonus.
persuasion check of 21.
And you get the added
is-
bonus that
Is
we
he a
don't just
bugbear?
Yeah, he's a bugbear. It's like a bear, but it's got a weird face.
Yeah.
And they're smelly.
and
You know, that actually makes a lot of sense to me. That seems like a really good idea, honestly. Okay. And then he starts to lower his dagger and steps away from Sildar and allows you all to come over and do whatever you all want to do now.
Okay.
is,
So
is
we-
Luke the only one among us that has healing? Has anybody else got any healing? Oh, we got healing
We have the
potions.
potions now.
But Sildar's in shape.
Huh?
Sildar is in really bad shape.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So we use a healing potion on him and get him back up to fighting fit. So whose turn is it?
Well,
you're like free action right now.
Well, let's give Sildar one of our healing potions.
okay, I'll use probably my healing potion because I'm always going to be in the back.
You're using yours on him? Is that what's happening?
Well, he has two healing
First, we're gonna
potions.
huddle.
He has a
We're gonna
regular one, and then he has the other one.
the other one's a spell that I can only cast once in the middle of all the fighting. We're like whispering. We're like, what do we think? Should we heal him and like get out of here?
Well,
Or should we?
my thought is
Now
you're
that
gonna
we've got
kill
him loose.
Sildar, and he's a warrior, and he's going to be really, really mad, and he's going to turn around and rip that Gerblin's head off.
Well,
Probably wouldn't be able to just do that immediately because they obviously lost.
yeah, but we definitely need to get this guy healed up because otherwise
Okay.
we're going to have to carry him.
Okay, I'm done with that. So, all right, so we cut the bonds of Sildar, and then I give him my healing potion.
Which heals
And
him
I-
for?
Heals him for 9.
Ooh, nice.
How
Awesome.
bad was he?
He was almost dead. He had 1. So now
But
he
how much
has,
does he have total?
9 now. We don't know that.
Yeah. So he has 10. Because you healed him for 9, right?
Yep.
Yep. So he has 10.
So I probably go
Okay.
ahead and delete the ball bearings from my inventory, right?
Well, you're gonna pick those ball bearings up when we leave.
Yeah. You gather them up.
Okay.
It takes a really long time, and as you're picking up your ball bearings, you accidentally like pinch it, and it shoots out of your fingers and hits you in the forehead. And now Sildar's like, huh? What happened here? And now here's some backstory. Sildar Hallwinter is a kind-hearted human male of nearly 50 years of age. He holds a place of honor in the famous Griffin Cavalry of the great city of Waterdeep. He is an agent of the Lord's Alliance, a group of allied political powers concerned with mutual security and prosperity. Members of the Order ensure the safety of cities and other settlements by proactively eliminating threats by any means, and then while bringing honor and glory to their leaders and their homelands. Sildar had met Gundren Rockseeker in Neverwinter and agreed to accompany him back to Phandalin. Sildar wants to investigate the fate of Iarno Albric, a human wizard and fellow member of the Lord's Alliance who had disappeared shortly after arriving to Phandalin. Sildar hopes to learn what happened to Iarno, assist Gundren in reopening the old mine, and help restore Phandalin to a civilized center of wealth and prosperity. And now, here's some helpful information from Sildar. The 3 Rockseeker brothers, Gundren, Thardan, and Nundro, recently located an entrance to the long-lost Wave Echo Cave, a site of the mines of the Phandelver's Pact. And then Clarg, the bugbear who leads the goblin band, had orders to waylay Gundren. And Sildar heard from the goblins that the Black Spider sent word that the dwarf was to be brought to him. He doesn't know who or what the Black Spider is.
Shelob.
Gundren had a map showing the secret location of Wave Echo Cave, but the goblins took it when they captured him. Sildar believes that Clark sent the map and the dwarf to the chief of the Cragmaws at a place called Cragmaw Castle. Sildar doesn't know where that might be, but he suggests someone in Phandalin might know. It doesn't occur to hang on a second, sorry. And then his contact in Phandalin is a human wizard named Iarno Albrecht. He is the wizard, traveled to the two towns months ago to establish
What was
the
his
order
name?
there. Iarno,
Iarno.
Iarno Albrecht, Albrek.
But this person's missing.
Yes. He traveled to the town 2 months ago to establish the order there. After the Lord's Alliance received no word from Iarno, Sildar decided to investigate. And he lets you know that he plans to continue on to Phandalin since it's the nearest settlement. And he offers you all 50 gold pieces to escort him. Even though he has no money on him, he says he can secure a loan to pay you all within a day of arriving in Phandalin. And he's firstly, he hopes that you'll put a stop to the goblin raids by finishing clearing out the caves. So he stays with you all. He's very anxious to get to Phandalin as quickly as possible. He doesn't currently have any weapons or armor, but he is going to take the sword of the goblin who fell and broke his neck. The other goblins, still knocked out from falling on the brass balls. And then you have Bojack, who's like, oh, that's actually a really good idea. And then he sees this whole conversation happening, and he's like, you know what, guys? I'm actually really glad that we got... He trips over a stick and falls off of the escarpment and lands on his head and breaks his neck, and he is also dead.
What are the other goblins doing? Are they awake?
They're knocked
Still-
out.
Out.
Okay.
We immediately go and we stab the
Yep.
so they don't wake up.
You killed the
Yep.
two knocked out ones?
Yep.
Yep. We
Yeah.
did.
Okay.
We
You
did.
all gathered up your brass balls. Sildar has suggested you all finish cleaning out the caves. But
Were the
he is
goblins
anxious
carrying
to
anything?
get back to Phandalin. So I was wondering if anybody was going to ask.
Okay.
Yemek, or Bojack, sorry, had a pouch with 3 gold teeth, which amounts to 1 gold piece each, and
Pouch,
15
3
silver
gold teeth.
pieces. We'll say 16 silver pieces, so 4 each silver pieces.
We can give that knife he had to Sildar too, so he can have a knife and a sword.
Wait a minute. The 3 gold teeth is how much?
3
You
gold
each get-
pieces.
you each get 1 gold. And then 4 silver pieces.
So there's 4
Okay,
gold.
so we have to go up here
Yes.
Okay.
where it says. Okay, where am I going?
Okay.
Manage
So yeah, click the
inventory.
gold where it says 1. Just above manage inventory. There's a 1
Oh, yeah,
next to
I
a
see
goldish
it.
symbol,
Yeah, I
or what,
see it.
however much gold you have. Click on
Oh,
not
okay.
that, not that. Click on that. Yep. And then below, click that. Yep, click that. The arrow to the right of the 1 gold. Now down there under adjust coin, do you see that?
Mm-hmm.
So click up once to add 1 GP, and then over
Dad
on
got-
before you do that, go over to SP. Click up to add 4, and now click add, and it'll add to your total.
And then Dad got that the bag that had we'll just say 5 gold pieces apiece in it. From the chest with the goggles.
Okay. And then then do the same thing and add 5 GP.
And
Okay. So we should
five-
have
five
7
silver
gold
pieces.
pieces.
and 5 silver pieces.
I've got
and
more. I think I
5
just
silver
started with
pieces.
some gold, so I have more.
How much do you
What
have?
is it? I have
So
22
we're
gold.
at a total of 6.
So you should have 7 gold pieces total
And
So
5
add
silver
6.
pieces.
and 5 silver.
I've actually got 11 gold pieces.
It might have
I think
started with
11
some. That's
gold.
fine.
Yeah, depending on
So-
what your backstory is, depends on how much gold
Yeah,
you start.
yeah, I'm
Okay.
from a wealthy family.
Yeah, he's
So,
affluent.
Yeah, and I'm also affluent.
Uh,
affluent.
so that takes me up to 18.
Okay.
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 I'm ready to take a break.
And did we add silver too?
Yeah.
Did we get some silver
Yeah,
too?
we got
Yeah,
Yeah, you got 4, 5
Five.
silver pieces.
5.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just making it a nice even round number to keep it easier.
Okay.
And,
Okay. Have we hit a
Yeah.
Is this
a
the
travel
time
out
to call it?
space?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
The
Um,
multiverse door closes.
Can we like set up like a camp or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll say you
Finishing
set up.
banners.
We'll say that you all are tired. You've been fighting Gerblins all day. You want to take a little breather, and you can set
Yep.
up a little camp at the top of the escarpment because it's
Yeah.
kind of well hidden enough that if anybody came in, they wouldn't notice you.
Okay.
We'll have to
Little
remember
deal.
that 2 Gerblins walked away, so there will be 2 behind us.
Right. So we know of at least those 2 and the chief goblin guy that's in
Yep.
there still. And we still have another set of drag marks to account for.
That was
no,
the
he let you know that they have transported Gundren and all of his gear to Cragmaw Castle. So he's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
only he's the only one in there other than Gerblins.
Okay.
And he has suggested that you all finish clearing out the caves to prevent future raids.
Right.
I think that is a good stopping point, everybody.